Yo, my peoples. Welcome back to this still unnamed podcast that we will eventually one day name. One day name.
He been drinking, guys. He on that Yukon.
Yeah, it's probably that. It's probably that.
Yukon.
But welcome. We have a very special episode. It is going to be a tad bit out of the normal because we're not going to be talking about, just random gaming news. No, today we have a E3 special. We're going to talk about all of E3, almost all of E3. We're going to talk about it, break every conference down, see what people have thought about them, favorite games, all that good stuff.
All right, that's it. Let's go. We out.
Preview.
That's over.
That's
it.
Right.
Take it away.
All right, but before we get into all of that, we got to introduce everybody. Got to see who's talking, man. So let's first off, I am the host, Bluish Manhattan, as you can see by the lights.
Hey.
Skittles right there. I'm just pointing that out for posterity. And then of course we got the homie, Japan Man X3. How you feeling, bro?
Man, what's good, everybody? You see the background? You see it? You see it? We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, no. Yo, hey, Brandozilla, how are you?
Oh, I'm good, man. And welcome to our E3 discussion here on the V285 podcast. Join us for roughly 2 hours of E3 content, finishing up with our favorite games of E3. Capcom was trash. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like we got to balance out that positivity with the homie Silk Ofo, man. How you feeling?
Drinking, guys. So you know how this podcast goes. All my gamers out there, you know how you feel. At least
he down bad, y'all. He down bad.
But anyway, man, we'll get into it. Welcome to the podcast where we say what y'all want to say, but y'all afraid of. Y'all afraid to say it. That's it.
Facts. Of course, we gotta hop over to the man with that green screen on blast. We need all the videos, Yeah. R. Dot, steel toe house shoes. How you feeling?
I'm great, kind sir. How art thou?
Man, I'm good. And of course, we gotta get to. I feel like the person who really there's gonna be a segment in this podcast.
This is especially.
That is especially for our friend here. Mm-hmm. So last but not least, you're gonna get your moment. But what's good, Sake?
What's good, y'all? As you can see, I am prepared. My altar before you, you will know what makes me rejoice, and you will rejoice with me.
Yes.
It is going to be a fine day of discussion. But let's not waste no more time, man. Let's go ahead and start it off, man. E3 2021 has come and go. We've got a lot of announcements, a lot of conferences that happen, and basically we're going to go through some of the major conferences, kind of talk about some stuff that was released and give our general feelings on it. And then after we talk about the conferences, we'll kind of break them down, rate the shows, best games, talk about the disappointments because we got to. But let's start no further with the Summer Games Fest. It was the conference that kicked everything off. And just to kind of overview a little bit of what was shown, of course, the big boy was Elden Ring. Finally got a trailer. We saw some gameplay, and it got a release date. So that was huge. I know a personal favorite for me, even though we didn't really get to see nothing. Overwatch 2 was shown. Got to see some hero skins. That was cool, you know.
Right.
They interviewed the boy Gus. They interviewed the boy Gus for Far Cry 6. I may not care about that game, but I like Giancarlo Esposito, so he cool.
Right.
They showed off Tales of Arise, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, and then of course we had some smaller things like Metal Slug Tactics being brought back.
Yes.
Death Stranding's Director's Cut, Jurassic World Evolution, know, some more Among Us stuff, Rocket League. It's a lot of smaller things that got announced. But how do y'all feel about this? This was kind of like the kickoff conference, the thing that kind of set the
Molly's
tempo a
goodie.
little bit. You know, how did y'all feel about Summer Games Fest?
It was good and bad for me.
Mhm.
But no, you know what? Good and bad, but I'm not going to fault them. Good in a way, it was a nice kickoff with Elden Rings. I was surprised with as far as Gearbox with Tiny Tina's. I knew they were working on something,
Mhm.
but that was nice because the her DLC for Borderlands 2 one of the best DLCs I've played. It was nice. So just to see they kind of redoing that or making a sequel to it was good. So in Elden Ring, we got a nice little preview of that. But I think it was bad, and it was only bad because the way the rest of E3 played out. And it was like, wow, that was kind of like the most reviews we got was from that fest.
Mhm.
But it's not their fault though. So that's how I feel. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, for me, it was pretty similar. Overall, you had a lot of games announced. The Metal Slug Tactics was a big surprise for me. I was very happy to see that as a fan of that franchise. The Death Stranding director's cut was cool, just from a trailer standpoint, with Kojima just kind of trolling the whole MGS type of style of a trailer. Have no idea if it means anything, if that is going to be in the game or not. I have no idea. But it was just cool to see him kind of be a troll like he usually does with certain things. And yeah, finally putting eyes on Elden Ring. It's real. I thought overall they did a good job. I mean, I think it didn't have as many awkward moments as I feel like the Game Awards can kind of have or anything. They did put a musical number in there, but like I thought Sable, the game that the chick was on stage singing for it, Sable itself looked kind of cool. And then they had, I think, some more footage. It wasn't as much crazy stuff for like Solar. Is it Solar Ash? That looked kind of cool too. So yeah, some decent like check-ins with games that had already been announced. A lot of indies that we hadn't seen. But definitely as far as like the showstopper, of course, Elden Ring, which kind of held its own throughout the rest of the E3 shows too. So I thought it was okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I missed it.
TBH, yeah.
Yeah, I missed it. I didn't even know about it, to be totally honest. As soon as I saw Jeff Keighley, I was like, nope.
Why you don't like Doritos Pope, man? Dang.
And this is not. I don't know
stand this
Jeff
nigga.
Keighley. I don't know him. You know, and it's not against the man. I'm just not a fan. I just don't like his work. I don't like the Game Awards. I don't. Just don't. Anyway, but that for real, like no shade on the man. After I saw he was hosting, I said nope. But yo,
My hate for you is so strong.
yeah, Elden Ring, man, Elden Ring. That was nice. That was nice. If I'm not mistaken, was Action Verge 2 dropped on Summer Game Awards? Was it? No.
We had seen a trailer for it before, but like this one, I think the one at Summer Games Fest literally was just saying it's coming to PlayStation 4 and 5, where we already knew it was coming to Switch. But that was the first confirmation that it was coming on PS consoles and that it's supposed to be out this summer. It didn't say a date yet, but that was the first time I think we got a time frame for release. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but yeah, man, I'll be honest. I saw Elden Ring. That's all I need to see. And yeah, I'm glad I missed it. Yeah.
No remorse.
No remorse. I feel nothing.
I can definitely agree with the sentiments.
Yeah.
Who has a clown?
Sorry, that's my dog. Let me go.
What?
Enough with the clown.
Oh man, I can definitely agree with the sentiments though. Summer Games Fest was to me like a cool little way to kick everything off. It was definitely the longest of all of the conferences. There was a lot shown. Some stuff major, some stuff not so much. But
Yeesh.
Elden Ring, man. It's beautiful, man.
It gonna be good.
It's so beautiful.
The mounts. I was like, yo, he has a mount. Yo,
Oh,
what's going on?
exactly. As a Soulsborne fan,
Bro, they got Titans.
I need that.
Yeah.
I need that in my life.
Bro, you saw the cart Titan, bro? It was 2 of them.
I did.
Bro, when the dragon caught the thunder and threw it at him, I was like, yo, what's happening in this game, bro? This is crazy.
Bro, that's the closest thing since Dragon Dogma, bro. And I need it, bro. You know it's
I hate that you say that because it's true.
You know it. Even
the
so,
closest I get to it.
bro,
So
even
the cat
up
come,
there,
but I'm not ready to talk about that yet. I'm not ready.
yeah.
Yeah,
What you just said was true.
you're right.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
All right, so that was Summer Games Fest. Anybody else got anything they feel like adding? It was a nice kickoff. It was kind of meh.
It was a quick. That was it in a nutshell, to be honest.
It was a big, decent show. That's it.
Then let's go on to the next one, man. Ubisoft Forward. Now, typically, I don't really look forward to Ubisoft. I just like to watch them to get my laughs and see what kind of foolishness that they came with. But to my surprise, they came with a little song here and there. So they started it off with Rainbow Six Extraction, which interestingly enough looks interesting to me and cool, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it. But they started off with that. Showed a lot of gameplay from it too. They showed off Rocksmith Plus. So for anybody trying to learn guitar, this might be another good avenue for that.
Rocksmith is fun too.
For sure. Riders Ridge. Riders Republic. I'm sorry. Riders Republic, they showed off a little bit. What else? What else do I see here? Of course, they showed the more stuff of Rainbow Six, all of that. They showed off more Far Cry 6 stuff with more Giancarlo. We see the good acting there. Of course, we had more Just Dance, which I laughed at, which was hilarious. They showed off more Assassin's Creed Valhalla, making a overblown game even longer. And then of course we got the big boy, the one I was super happy to see, Mario and Rabbids Spark of Hope.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, so good. And then they ended it off, and I really want to hear y'all opinion on this one. But they ended it off by showing, I guess this was the big reveal, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora.
Oh, you mean the game that's not Beyond Good and Evil 2? That's the one, right? The one that's not the game that they talked about like 3 years ago? Okay, yeah.
So that was pretty much it. How do y'all feel about that Ubisoft, though?
I'm gonna say all I care about is the fact that Mario Rabbids, I called it. I knew it was gonna happen. I just had to be patient and to see my face rewarded with such glory. To see them try to take it to a new level. Like you can see, they're kind of switching up the battle system a little bit. I'm with the key and see, okay, how they gonna do this. But I'm very happy to see them really investing more in this franchise and seeing Nintendo allow them to invest more in this franchise. Because technically, this is a spiritual successor to Super Mario RPG. And that was a very all-time favorite for me. So see them allow that to continue to happen is just an A1 plus for me. And that's all I care about from Ubisoft.
This show gets a whole grade point higher because of the Rosalina Rabbit, bro. If she was not in this showcase, I don't know. It might have been, that D tier, that F tier, but she definitely elevated it. I like the reveal for Sparks of Hope. Definitely was refreshing to see that it exists in the first place, and that they have made some tweaks to like the gameplay. But yeah, very excited for that in general. Other than that, for this show, not much else did anything for me. Riders Republic, I think, does touch like on that kind of like Tony Hawk, Dave Mirra, BMX. Like it goes back to those roots of like, almost being like SSX type stuff or whatever. Sometimes for me, it's weird. Like those games from Ubisoft kind of look a little too clean. They don't have as much like oomph as like a SSX Tricky. For some reason, Tricky just is kind of like the most style. Like it looks just fun to play. Whereas like Riders Republic has kind of more so of a realistic look to it. Right. So I don't know aesthetically. That's why I'm not so drawn into it. But I think for as ambitious as it is, it looks pretty okay. I'm not really a Tom Clancy guy as far as like the Ghost Recons or the Extraction or whatever. Extraction was cool with Aliens. I haven't seen them do that before. I thought they were going to push more into like the Division. I don't even know if the Division actually showed up at this. I don't know if anything was happening with Division 2 in this press conference or anything. Avatar, to me, I didn't like the Avatar movie personally. So this did literally nothing for me that they ended the show with this. And I don't think any of it was gameplay also. And like, I don't CGI trailers in 2021. Why are we doing that? But they're not the only ones that fell victim to that. And I understand with COVID, sometimes you can only show certain things with just a trailer or whatever, like a tease or whatever. But yeah, that literally was not a good stinger for me. I would have much preferred to have them. They could have ended on Mario and Rabbids. I would have been probably better off at that point. But yeah, it was very mid, very, very mid to like just like, oh, you had one thing that I liked, that was it. So yeah.
This was yeah, I'll be honest, guys. It didn't do that for me. I heard Mario and Rabbids got spoiled beforehand because it leaked. So, but yeah, Rosalina Rabbit is awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Other than that, the Avatar game, Blue asked for like an actual. It does nothing because all right. For example, not only is it Avatar, right, but Avatar, whether you loved or hated the movie, was beautiful. It was a beautiful movie, and this CGI doesn't even look good. First of all. And then when I learned that, I think it's the FPS, it's the first person game. That's just another
really?
First person Avatar. I could be wrong. That's what I've read. That's what I heard. But it's the wrong year. You know what I'm saying? Like it should have came out a while ago or after Avatar 2 or whatever. Anyway, but yeah, man, it was what I thought it was. It's gonna be a Just Dance and Far Cry again, and Assassin's Creed again, and
wow, yeah, you're right. It is a first-person action adventure game.
Yeah, no, I don't want that.
Ain't nobody playing.
What I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do? Pick berries in first person.
They're trying to
you gotta do the dance.
You
gotta do the dance, bro.
Come on, first person. Like, nah, man. Yeah, dude. The game, what Japan Man said, what I was looking for is Beyond Good and Evil. I like where the heck is that game? I don't know. I would have even made do with, hey, we cooking on that, but we making a remake of the first Beyond Good and Evil. I would have been happy. I would have been happy with that because a lot of people slept on that game. They still sleep on that game.
They sleep on it.
Yeah, they played that before too, Silk.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
good. That game.
Yeah, that game
again and again, and I platinumed that thing.
Yeah,
make me sick.
Yeah, but yeah, I got no feelings. No feelings here. No feelings.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to Ubisoft. They showed nothing that I was interested in. I want another Rayman. People like the Mario and Rabbids. It didn't do nothing for me. I'd rather play a Rayman. Beyond Good and Evil. I knew they're gonna take some years, but at least give us an update. Say something.
Right.
And that was it. I didn't care about Assassin's Creed. I didn't do nothing for me. So no, for Ubisoft, yeah, it didn't. It was nothing there for me.
I feel like they have some. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was saying that's almost worse than hate. You know what I'm saying? Like Capcom, spoiler alert, was trash. But we at least are talking about Capcom. Like Ubisoft was just so mid for me. It was just like,
yeah.
You know, I don't know.
And it's not for lack of them having good games, quote unquote. Like I know Rainbow Six Siege is a very well done game. I know it's super popular from an esports perspective and stuff like that. But like that's not why I got invested into Ubisoft as a kid. Like we remember them for like Splinter Cell, and like they haven't showed love to like Sam Fisher in
I'm
a
saying,
long
where my
time.
Splinter
Yeah,
Cell at, bro?
where's the
Where is
Splinter
that
Cell?
at? That's the
It's-
best Tom Clancy. I'm sorry. All the other Tom Clancy games are generic as far as I'm concerned in terms of
Yeah.
comparable to Battlefield or COD. They're the same thing over and over again, or any other base first-person shooter. But like they took the whole first-person genre and kind of flipped it on is head a little bit with the whole stealth-based tactics, similar to Metal Gear Solid. Obviously not on that level, but you know what I'm saying. Where that at?
Like he was iconic. Like every time you seen him flip down his visor, you saw them little 3 dots. Like you knew it was about to get real. Like, but nah, we don't see that no more. Assassin's Creed is the Call of Duty of action adventure games, pretty much. Like it's
lost its way.
For a long time.
It's not Assassin's Creed no more.
Valhalla has no reason being such a dang long game.
Like 80 hours. It's like crazy.
Odyssey was stupid. Odyssey was stupid. I bought Origin because it was the first one how the Assassin's Creed started. And that storyline was real good. But even then, I just got tired of playing it. It's like, oh my God. I can't do this no more.
It's a loop. It's such a tight gameplay loop. Like there's no room to do a whole lot of fun stuff. Like you're doing the same stuff over and over for 80 hours.
That's horrible.
Now, my thing about this whole Avatar mess is Avatar, while although a very beautiful movie, I agree with Brandon, and while the characters themselves may have, been creative in their design and stuff like that, the movie itself, the story itself, is like not original. Bruh, like that story type has been done before.
It's Pocahontas, bro.
Pocahontas, Dancing with Wolves, the whole thing, whole 9 yards, bro.
That's so
and the
nasty.
game is gonna do the same thing. You're not gonna give me anything new. You're not being innovative. What you trying to do? Oh, make it first person? That's just dumb. You stupid.
Right.
Like this, right. I agree. I never played Beyond Good and Evil, but I can attest to say what Brandon and Julian saying, bro. Yeah, no, put this mess down. We don't need to see this don't deserve a game. Let's just be real. I didn't think about Avatar like, man, I want to play. I want to be in the world of Pandora. No.
It's 10 years old. Like
exactly.
I mean,
yeah, that's crazy.
We know these sequels have been in development for a long time. Apparently, like they're shooting all the movies at once. So you get Avatar 2, 3, 4. Great. I didn't care about the first one after I saw it the one time. It's been 10 years, bro. Like 10 years. This thing is crazy.
So it don't deserve a game. I'm sorry, Beyond Good and Evil should have been more of their focus.
Bro, what's crazy to me is that you talk about Beyond Good and Evil and you think about the fire trailers we got for that game. Like I remember the one, and no spoilers here, but they showed Jade. And it was a twist. And I was like, ooh, what you doing? And radio silence. Like nothing. So
I think they were scared. They were scared.
Well, I mean, like I think they want to be really ambitious with it, but
very ambitious, very.
And I understood when they revealed it. They said we're not going to see this for a while. I get it, but like at the same time, it's okay to update people and just be like, yeah, by the way, we still are making it. Because like what happens is for the general public, if you just go radio silent, like people thought Elden Ring was canceled. And like at no point did I ever think that Elden Ring itself was canceled, but it's like we got one teaser, we got a little other teaser, and we never saw the game after that. And that was 2 years ago. So it's like, okay, I get why, as fans, we be fiending to like kind of see something or hear something. But like with Ubisoft, it's like, this is a beloved, not even a franchise. It has a beloved first game that people have asked for a franchise for, and now you promise it. And then you literally don't say anything for more than 2+ years. Like, come on. Like, you should at least acknowledge the fans in that regard.
Don't worry about that. Just dance. Just dance again.
Just dance the pain.
Dance again.
Dance through the pain.
That's going to be a Just Dance one day. It's going to be Just Dance again.
Just dance one more time.
Let's segue away from this trash. Let's go on.
I'm gonna say one thing. If they at least do Prince of Persia 2008 again and acknowledge that game existed in any span of time, I will be so happy.
Yes,
that's the best Prince of Persia game ever, bro. And I love Sands of Time.
It was.
PLP 2008 is so good and just
Fact
so
they
underrated.
They left it like that.
The ending. Oh my god.
Oh, that ending, bro.
So good.
I can just say, for me, Riders Republic did something for me because I love those style of games, but I need to see what it looked like when it come out. All of that. But the reason I asked about the Avatar game is because the movie itself, and not to continue this discussion or anything, but I'm just saying the movie itself, I've always heard either you like it or you love it. So it's kind of like, why are we doing this? And why was that your big closer? That was the logic here? What's the logic here?
Did something fall off?
Oh.
So,
All right.
That's a good reference.
But anyway, segueing away from that, we actually got somebody with some hitters. We got the hitters finally. Xbox and Bethesda's games showcase.
I don't appreciate that gas, by the way.
What?
I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that introduction.
You saying Xbox and Bethesda didn't have no hitters?
Just a little too much oomph. Just a little too.
A little bit too much. You're right.
Too much spice.
They
Too much spice.
No, they just like that, Blue, because they spent the money.
They speak facts.
Facts.
You gonna spend that money?
I can't hate on that.
Facts.
I can't.
So, just going through the conference real quick, we started out with the man, the myth, the legend, the liar, Todd Howard himself.
Lie to me again.
Lie.
The liar.
I'll still buy it. Just lie to me. But he started it off. We got a nice little, I guess, a heads up that Starfield is still on the way. No gameplay.
Well, apparently that was in game. As far as I've seen, that trailer itself was in game.
Okay.
I can see that.
Okay.
You didn't see the bugs though. That's all I'm gonna say. Ain't no bugs being shown.
But hey, I can't
wait till this game comes out and y'all can't even finish it because it's so buggy.
They don't understand.
He don't believe in God.
You don't know, man.
He'll believe.
The bugs are a feature.
You understand that the bugs.
You don't understand that it all just works. It all just works.
With 16 times the detail. But anyway, after that, they showed off with quite a bit, a little bit here and there. Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl. I don't know if anybody's played the original, but that didn't look too bad. They showed off some more Back for Blood stuff. Interestingly enough, Sea of Thieves has a whole like Pirates of the Caribbean DLC that's on the way, so that looked all right. Showing some more love facts. Showing some more love to Yakuza Like a Dragon being on Game Pass. They showed Battlefield 2042. I'm not gonna be playing it, but you know, Battlefield fans, I'm sure that was looking nice to them.
Rejoice.
Exactly.
No.
Joking.
No. True Battlefield fans want another bad company like me.
And this is such the opposite of that because there's no campaign, which is like
zero.
you understand that because like
they are a bad company. Like no one has copied that. Like you can literally level the field is changed once the game ends. Like you could not camp in that game. Every structure in there was destructible, not standing. You could bring down a whole building. Like, so you couldn't camp. You could not camp. Sniping the mountains, all right, I just mortared it. I mean, by the time the round was over, man, it was so, everything was dynamic.
Didn't they try to do that?
That's what's up.
Didn't they try to do that with Battlefield 4 too?
They tried, but
with the builders falling
Yeah,
in
it
the
was
city.
built, but it felt scripted to me.
It was scripted.
Yeah, it felt scripted. And only on certain maps anyway. It wasn't even on every map that you had that dynamic happening.
I was like,
that's sneak peeks. That's sneak peeks on what we're gonna be talking about. But after that, they showed off a game. I'm still kind of like, I don't know too much about it, but 12 minutes. I know it's a time loop thing, but
yeah, I have faith in it. I think it's gonna be good.
True. Psychonauts 2, which looks more and more interesting to me. I did not get to play the first one, but Psychonauts 2, they show some more of that. They they showed off more of that beautiful, wonderful Fallout 76. Y'all still playing that game? Y'all still playing that game? No? Okay. Elder Scrolls Online got an update.
My gosh.
They showed off Gang Beasts 2. I'm sorry, Party Animals.
Mhm.
Hades is
Oh, correct.
going to be on Switch and PC. I don't know why that needed to be shown, but all right. Somerville looks
Yes.
intriguing, and we got a
Yes.
little look at that.
What was
We
that?
got Halo Infinite. The Somerville is kind of like the dark inside, not the inside. It was like the 2D joint. I think they were
Yeah.
fighting aliens or something like that.
Yeah. It was like a family, and like
Mm,
they were trying to get her out through the city, and like aliens were invading. Yeah.
mm.
Okay.
We got a little Halo news. They showed off first a little teaser to the campaign, what that
A
could
little?
be about. The campaign, yeah, they showed a little
Yeah.
CGI trailer and stuff for the campaign part of it. But
Yeah.
then,
There was no campaign gameplay.
yeah, but then they showed off that multiplayer, which looks very, very fun. I'm not
It
gonna
look
lie.
healthy. It look
It
healthy.
looks good. And it's free
Good
to
word for it.
play. It's free to play. But after that, they showed off Diablo 2 Resurrected, Plague Tale Requiem. They showed some more Far Cry 6. Y'all becoming Deathloop at this point. All right, get it out of my face. Damn. They showed off some Slime Rancher Shredders, which looked awful.
That's the Bad Snow one?
Yes,
Yeah.
that looked real stiff and rigid and not like snowboarders at all.
It's like 2 stages.
Yes.
They
Yes.
said the end of the trailer was funny. It said we may release in December. Like it was like, oh, okay. That's
What was
that's
it?
honesty I
Oh,
didn't
that
expect
was-
from this company.
That was
You
a
can
nasty
keep
game.
You can
Other than
keep that. Then they showed off an Atomic Heart, which was like the little robot, like he was fighting robots or something. I know it was a first-person
Yeah.
FPS game. They showed Replaced, which looked very interesting.
Mhm.
They showed another expansion for Grounded, which I've always wanted to play, never got around to it yet though. Showed some Among Us stuff. What else? Eluden Chronicles.
Yeah, so this is like, I don't know if y'all ever heard of a franchise called Suikoden. It's an RPG franchise from the PlayStation 1 to PS2 era. And they had a Kickstarter. The creators of that game have been a Suikoden game in a long time, but they did a Kickstarter for I think it's Eucidian Chronicles. And basically it's coming back, and it's gonna be in the same spirit of that game. So we've been known about it. Like the Kickstarter has ended since like last year or something like that. But yeah, they actually showed it at the press conference a little bit. A little bit of new footage. It wasn't too much new footage, but yeah.
Okay. Well, after that, they showed off a new Age of Empires. If you're into that, Outer Worlds 2. We ain't get no gameplay, but that CGI, man, that trailer was hilarious. It was straight hilarious.
Great.
All right, then they showed off some Microsoft Flight Simulator, Forza Horizon 5, which looked very good, very intriguing.
It was
beautiful.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you, it was beautiful.
That was beautiful.
And then finally, they ended it off with a new game from Arcane Studios, if I'm correct. The people behind Dishonored, Deathloop, all of that.
Mhm.
And they're coming with a new game that's full of vampires called Redfall.
You mean Blade sidekicks? The game? Exactly what they
Knock
are.
off Blade.
Blade 3 the game.
Oh man, so
I don't know if
that
y'all-
that wraps up that Xbox and Bethesda. What's the thoughts? Because they showed a few things here and there. But how y'all feel?
I started up with this one. Look. You see how long it took you to get through that?
Yeah.
So that tells you Microsoft did their thing this year. They brought the games. I can't even front. I was watching this junk, and I'm like, yo, I'm about to go buy another Xbox. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Especially when they showed that Outer Planets. Bro, they showed me so bad, bro. I thought it was I thought it was Fable. I thought it was the next Fable game, which we know is coming. But yeah, dude, it was they brought the games, man. They did. It's like I said, it looked healthy.
Did they bring the games or did they bring the game trailers?
Look at that hater, man. Look.
I'm just asking. I'm not biased. I'm just saying, did they bring the games or did they bring the game trailers?
Let me tell y'all something about Japan, man. Here, see, we from America. We from America. Right? If you don't appreciate the Xbox because it's from America.
No. Counter all of this. I actually did think,
hey man,
that this was a good show.
Hey, where them square games at, bro? What they? Hold on, before we get started.
That's some early shade.
Xbox did good.
Yes.
Now, I'll be honest. I give them the number 2 of the best showcase of this year. I give them they my number 2. But
number 2.
Yeah. For number
2.
Now, yeah, it was a lot of CGI trailers, but they were giving us new games. Some of these new games did have gameplay, which I appreciated. Dang, Halo Infinite is actually coming. I think maybe this director stays with the game until it releases. I don't know. But, yeah, man, it was a B. I give it a B. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Makes almost feel like pre-pandemic days, low key.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true. I mean, I got you, because I know you're gonna hate on Xbox, so it's cool.
I'm not gonna hate. I'm not gonna hate. I have issues. Overall, it's a decent show. I feel like for the past 5 or 6 E3s, Microsoft has said, hey, let's throw as many games as possible into our show, whether they're release worthy or whether they're AAA, whether they're indie, whether they're Game Pass specific. Like, we're just going to throw a lot of games at you just so we can have numbers. And I still feel like they kind of did that this time around too. Thankfully, though, that Bethesda money, this was called the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase. I would give Bethesda more of that showcase. Like I think a lot of the more major announcements are coming out of Bethesda, but hey, they own Bethesda now, so it makes sense. I feel like if they did not make that acquisition and this was an Xbox only event, the Xbox side of things would be a little lacking. But that's neither here nor there because they did buy Bethesda, so whatever. Most of these games don't really appeal to me. But at the same time, I can appreciate that they are turning around that stereotype of Xbox has no games or anything like that. I think the biggest thing now will be, when will these games release for the majority of them? And will they be quality games? Because now they have exclusives to be able to tout that aren't just like indies or like State of Decays, just like AA type stuff. They have some good AAA franchises now that they can pull from. Now is going to be the question of, are they going to be worth it? Is this going to pay off as an investment for them? So I do hope that Starfield is successful, because if Starfield comes out and is bad, that's on Xbox now. It's not just a Bethesda thing. Like, oh, this is Bethesda usual shenanigans. No, Xbox owns them now. They could pump more money into this to make sure it comes out with not as many Skyrim type bugs or whatever, So, and I'm hoping that that'll be consistent across the board. I'm happy to see that. I think it's a very smart decision for Halo's multiplayer to be free to play. It looked like Halo 3 days, and I really appreciated that. But then on the flip side, now that makes me wonder, so who's going to pay $60 for a Halo campaign in 2021? Because Halo 4 and 5 was hot garbage to me in terms of the story. Halo Infinite is the teaser that they do show you is back to the same old, hey, Cortana's bad. We tried to delete Cortana. Now it's a new Cortana. So what? No one cares about that part. We want to see the game that you revealed last year that had Craig in it. Where's Craig? Does Craig look better? What happened to Craig? And we didn't see that part. And so that makes me kind of hesitant, because it's like, okay, you showed the multiplayer off, and we kind of all assume that hopefully that's going to be a return to form and be good. But the multiplayer is 120 frames per second. It's supposed to look super buttery, but it's supposed to play better in terms of that. And you want that for the multiplayer aspect. But for the campaign, you want that AAA goodness. And it seems as if they kind of just, instead of like doing the showcase for that again, they decided not to. And I think that kind of is like a little reason to maybe be a little hesitant, maybe not necessarily worried, but just a little hesitant about how that game is going to be upon release, and if it's going to be worth all that money just for what Halo is, halfway known for, which is the story, and the rest of it is the multiplayer. So now they're not in the same package. Who's going to buy the campaign when they could just play the free-to-play multiplayer? So I don't know. That's how I feel about that. As far as like Forza Horizon, I'm not a huge racing sim guy. I hear Horizon is really fun. That game looked gorgeous. It's always good to see how much passion I think it's Turn 10 or whoever develops that, they put into like getting those good graphics, kind of like the same way we're used to with Gran Turismo. Like they're gonna go all in on the graphics, but to see that looks kind of like in real time is crazy. Just how good it looks while it's playing. But other than that, yeah, I think a lot of their stuff, they had good names. The Outer Wilds trailer, like y'all say that was like funny from the troll aspect from the trailer, which it was, but then at the same time, to me, it's like, okay, as goofy as that can be, it just guarantees that this game is coming. I don't think it's going to be out anytime soon because I feel like the first one just came out still within like the last year and a half or so. So I don't know. I just feel like it could be still a situation of them announcing some games too early. We still don't know how it's going to pay off in the future. As a show, though, it was fine. I think it, like Brandon said, it was a B. I can't hate on it, like in the sense that it didn't do anything for me, so I didn't like it. Like, no, I can appreciate it for what it was. It still didn't do anything to make me buy an Xbox, though. So that's kind of where I'm at.
I think everybody said the same sentiment. To me, it was a look what we bought, and we showing what we bought. Because the big news was all about. We know they bought them, but is it really going to be exclusive? Is the Bethesda game going to be exclusive? And they basically just said, yeah. So I think that was the aspect. I think if you would take that away, I think that's a topic for another conversation. If Bethesda wasn't bought by Xbox, would we still feel the same way? Or was it because we want to see the hype of, did they put their money where their mouth is? And they did. So so far as that, for us Bethesda fans, especially with Elder Scrolls, and that being that it you got to make a choice. They basically said you got to make a choice. Now you gonna spend some money.
Yeah.
Now whatever you bought, you're gonna spend some money to do that. So I think for us, that is a big, just to see that and get that put in our face and basically told us like, yeah, you're gonna spend some money by doing this. But other than that, I feel the same way like Japan Man said. My next question was quality, because I was feeling like you said, now that it's exclusive now, it shouldn't have the bugs. It has to be quality. It's more pressure on them now. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of trailer. Horizon was different for me because I've always saw Forza. I said, it looks good, but now it got a little storyline. Looks like a little more open world than the last game. So I was curious with that. Halo is Halo to me. We will see. Once they said it was free to play, I was like, there's no point in me. To me, I didn't care about Craig once they did that because I felt how you felt. I'm like, hey, I'm not paying for no campaign. I care less. I played my Master Chief. I'm good. Master Chief, all right, I'm done with that. I'm rather worried about the multiplayer. But as far as on Bethesda, I was more concerned with that. The big surprise for me was the Outer Worlds 2. I didn't know they got them too. Now that surprised me. I did not know. So I was kind of pissed.
Same.
I got a good Starfield and Elder Scrolls. Now I got to worry about because they bought so that was a little sneak move they did. That was a little sneak move. We didn't know nothing about that. But yeah, I give it a B. It's the second best. They did what they're supposed to do. They did what they were supposed to do. But I think, like I said, the pressure's on them. They have to make it count now. So does it mean will I get an Xbox or make a PC? Yeah, I'm gonna have to if I want to play the game. But it's like I'm not making it. I'm not going to get one before the game comes out. I tell you that now. I'm gonna have to see I'm gonna have to see if the game is worth it. So it didn't make me like, oh man, I have to buy it and pre-order everything. But no,
Yeah.
the game gonna come out before I even touch getting a PC
Yeah.
or Xbox. It's gonna have to come out. Yeah, I'm
Well,
either
Starfield comes
release
out
or
in
it's coming.
November 22, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
at least I got, I got some months, almost a year plus, to do what I need to do with that. But no, I'm not going to buy one day one. No, they gonna have to prove it to me.
Yeah.
No, I can definitely say for me, um, it doesn't this doesn't change my mind too much. If anything, I still do want to get a Series S just for Game Pass because it's one of the best deals in gaming.
Mhm.
But I'm also in no rush to get that. I'm not pressed for that, especially since I want to do the whole PC thing first. And nothing about Xbox really made me be like, okay, now I gotta get an Xbox. I was already planning on making a PC for illegal activity, um, but but nothing in the conference really made me.
Nah, that's
Emulate-
gangster. That's gangster
That man
though.
make
Them
that net score.
emulators,
He was
dude.
making net score.
Yeah, nothing in the conference, man. It made me be like, yeah, I need to go get a PC for this game. Like, no, I was already gonna do that. But there were interesting things. Outer Worlds 2, like Silk said, was the big thing for me because they had just released like the second DLC they had planned for it, like
Yeah,
maybe a
yeah,
couple
they
months
did.
back.
Yep.
And I was like, I had no idea y'all were coming with this. Y'all are already making a sequel, so it was just a surprise factor to me. Outside of that, like seeing Starfield was there, it's cool. I like knowing that they're actually using what Bethesda is doing. Like you see the games that are coming, even Redfall. I'm not gonna play that, but you know that Xbox is now gonna put some money into these studios because Arcane comes from Bethesda. So I like the potential that they have there. Halo looks good. I don't have anything to play it on right now, but it looked good. Same with Forza. But it's the thing I guess I appreciate about Xbox is that they do show stuff, whether it is gameplay or not. I like the fact that they kind of take sort of an old school approach. They don't do a whole lot of interview kind of format. Like they just like showing a lot of games, and I can rock with that on a certain level. But per usual, Xbox's problem is that it doesn't make me want to go get their product.
Yeah. They changed their reputation back
Don't
from
say it again.
no, like from the Xbox One days, it was terrible. Like they talked about TV and how it's an entertainment console, and it was more so interview style type shows. And I think they've been got to the point that you got to show games, but now it's like, okay, it seems like they finally gotten to the point where they're showing more quality potential. And I do think if the next year to 2 years plays out for them, how they've kind of played chess with it between the combination of Game Pass and studio acquisitions, I do think they're going to be in a different place when Starfield drops. When Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, we're going to talk about Xbox like, oh snap, they doing it big. But like right now, like to me, they get the number 2 spot for this E3 just literally because everything else was so lackluster. So like I kind of have to give it to them, but at the same time, like I do think it was one of their better showings that I've ever been interested in to an extent. Just didn't move the needle for me like all the way to be like, yes, Xbox now, it's the time. Like nah.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's gonna get there if everything plays out like how they want it to play. So we'll see.
Yeah.
This next one though.
Oh, all right, man. Well, with that, let's go ahead. Because after that, we got the boys, the boys and gals over at Square Enix. So they had their little Square Enix presents. The list is definitely not as long as the Xbox One. But
Thankfully, geez.
the one, yeah, exactly. So to go through it, we had about 30 minutes of Guardians of the Galaxy, where they showed story stuff, CGI trailers, lots of gameplay. We'll talk about that. They had the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters, which is Final Fantasy 1 to 6. All remastered, saying they're coming to both Steam and mobile. Legend of Mana, that is that a remake that they're doing, or is it okay?
It's a collection remake, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Well, that's coming June 24th, so they showed that off. They showed more of the disappointment that is Marvel's Avengers. I don't care about nothing that they show outside of the Black Panther trailer. Y'all better give me that raid. I said it when we was watching the video that the only thing that's gonna make me come back to this game is a Black Panther raid, not just the story. I need the raid. Otherwise, it's still a disappointment. They showed off Platinum's games new thing, Babylon's Fall. What'd you call it, Brendo? The friendly girl simulator?
Yeah.
Life is Strange.
The friendly girl.
That's hilarious.
It showed off Life is Strange, the remastered collection, and Life is Strange True Colors, where she can see feelings. Wonderful. Then they showed off Stranger of Paradise, or what it should be called, Final Fantasy Origins, which I got some stuff to say about that. I believe that was the last thing that they showed.
They ended on that, yeah.
Yep, they ended with Final Fantasy.
They ended on chaos.
Blue. Hey, Blue. What was that? Babylon's what? Fall?
Babylon's Fall, yeah.
Bro, that game is so forgettable, bro. I totally forgot about it. Oh my gosh, bro. God,
I actually did too.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
That's crazy.
Square, you know what Square felt like? Square felt like this was a group assignment, and like you had one smart kid in the group, and he did something good, but you could tell the rest of the people just sort of showed up the day of presentation. That's what Square felt like. Because Guardians was great. I like the Guardians because they came with it. CGI trailers. It's a property we're familiar with, but they took their own spin with it. You know, it's gameplay. Gameplay is king, and they showed it. Yeah, man. Yeah, Square was alright, but you know, Square came in, like I said, ready for that group presentation. But you know, that one dude that's supposed to bring the trifold, y'all know them trifold kids these days probably don't kids, but they didn't come with the trifold, bro. They stand up with their hands in the pocket. You know what I'm talking about. They come with that Final Fantasy 16. They ain't come with it. We all thought it was coming. It ain't coming. It ain't coming.
They said, "Hey guys, we have Marvel."
I think the Japan side of Square Enix is gonna come, and that Sony that what they call it, the state of play. So we'll table that. It's coming.
Bro, it ain't coming this year, bro.
I don't know if the game releasing this year. I don't know now.
It ain't because
we're gonna see some more of it.
The only way 16, the only timeline 16 releases this year, if they show it one more time and Shadow drop the jump, like, hey, it comes out next month.
That's crazy. That'll never happen.
That would be nuts. That would be nuts.
That would never happen.
They did that with Skyrim. I think when Skyrim was like coming out, maybe like 2 months after. Well,
that was their thing. Like 3 months in, they reveal at E3, and by October, November, you was playing the game.
Yeah, that's the only way I can see 16 coming out this year. But hey, please understand, this is Square. They ain't gonna
please understand. I really like Guardians of the Galaxy, even though it had a little jank in it. I appreciated that they really spent so much time with it. I think this is what Avengers deserved as well, because without this type of reveal, I would have always thought, Guardians, okay, like I know the movie's great, but it's kind of like the same way I felt about Guardians before the movie came out. When I heard they was doing the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, I was like, why? I don't know anything about these characters. I don't care about them at all. Then the movie comes out like, this is amazing. This is the best Marvel movie ever. And now it's like with this game, it's like, okay, I hear they're making it, but I can't really feel any way because we have so many type of looter shooter type things, or we have like, you know, science fiction games or whatever. So how they gonna play Guardians of the Galaxy? Is it gonna be just like the movies? Because we got the movies already. So anyway, to see it, I was like, oh, this is good. Yeah, I was impressed. Of course, there's some things they could smooth out a little bit, but overall, I thought it was a great initial representation of what it could be. Sounds like it's coming out this year without any delays, so I think that'll be well. I do wish that Avengers just could kind of. I wish you could go back in time and unrelease that game and make it better to re-release it, because it's the Avengers, bro. Like you wanna love it, but apparently, like it's gonna take a lot for that to really come back full circle. And where's Spider-Man? Where is Spider-Man, bro? Spider-Man's supposed to be in this game. Where's Spider-Man?
But the problem with the Avengers is you can still see, and I don't want to say it, but I have to. I gotta keep it real, like Silk said. We gotta say what people don't want to say. The problem with Avengers is not only the gameplay, but it's the marketing of the game. Because even Black Panther is dope. It's hard to make him look average, bro. That Black Panther reveal it didn't do nothing for me. We didn't even see gameplay. We didn't see no hands. We didn't see no scratches.
Yeah.
We didn't see nothing. Yeah. And it's just, yeah, man. I wish we could do it too. I wish we could do it too, Japan, man. But yeah.
It would be if 5 years from now the Avengers game is like the No Man's Sky of that time frame, I'll be happy. But I just don't know, because to me, I come from Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2, which were superb, and they did exactly what they were supposed to. They had loot. It was like Diablo. You got loot, you got story, and you got 30 plus characters by the end of the game.
You had skill sets.
Why is that so hard? Like,
you had skill sets. You had new moves. Okay, bro, you sitting up that conference playing, bro. What you feel about this? How you feel about the Final Fantasy chaos? We have to fight chaos. How you feel about that?
Man. So I just want to say, yes, there is a trial demo that came out for this game. And I knew from the tone of it what they were going for. They were going for the Soulsborne. Mm-hmm. So I was like, as a Soulsborne player, I was like, I'm gonna give this a try. You know, I feel like it's only fair. This game, first off, I played it, and then when I got to a certain point, I went ahead and deleted that mess. It is no longer on my PS5. As we speak, it is gone.
I'm glad you said that.
So first off, these graphics. How can you come from 15 and 7 and then make this? These graphics is bad. Like comparably bad. Like this looks like a PS3 game. PS3, like early PS4 game. The frame rates are garbage. Especially in the cutscenes. Like it's a slideshow watching that mug. It is bad. I don't know how, but they did it.
Disclaimer, this is an alpha.
This is early. This is true. This is early.
Before beta, this is an alpha.
It's true, but it's bad so far.
That's what you start with, though, man.
I can tell you right now, this dude Jack and his two sidekicks are so generic. There is nothing. I couldn't even tell you what Jack's character was like. I can't tell you nothing about his personality. I can't tell you nothing about his friends. I don't even know his friends' names. They're so generic.
Is it Jed? I think the black dude is Jed, and I don't know
somebody
the other
else.
person's name.
Hey, Blue, you can tell me what he wants, though. Tell me what he wants.
He wants to fight chaos.
Chaos.
I need that chaos.
I'm here to kill chaos.
And let me tell y'all real quick. I appreciate when it comes to Soulsborne game, I like playing different ones and seeing how they try to innovate it or switch it around. Neo does a great job of innovating, switching things around. Sekiro did a phenomenal job of innovating, switching things around with the Soulsborne games. This game is rough. It does not innovate in any way. It tries to. It'll fool you because they're like, oh yeah, you use these weapons, you level these weapons up, and then you can add like different combo attacks. Yeah. But the thing is when you're in the heat of battle with these monsters that have iframes and will hit you through your attacks, you don't have time to remember combos. and it's a ton of them too. Like they're kind of easy to do, but it's like when I'm dealing with dudes who can just hit through my stuff, why do I need to remember these combos? I don't need to do all of that. Why are they allowed to hit through my stuff in the first place? Why is fire? Why is it that fire needs to be dodged? I can't block that off top. Like with none of my blocks, he has a little counter move. You can't counter it. The game simply says you have to dodge if he shoots this fireball at you.
Yeah.
Oh no. Final Fantasy Origins is a no. I don't know why. Why would you come off of 7? In fact, why would you come off of intergrade into this? No, man.
But the thing is, to me, is like, all right, check it out. They want to be Souls-like, right? So they got Souls-like elements. But they want to be like DMC with all these combos.
Yes.
Those two games are two different. DMC is supposed to make you feel like you're, that dude, like juggling people. Soulsborne games aren't like that. They put you in like these your movesets, bruh, make do. You better figure it out. You can't be both at the same time. Bruh, this is the most interesting game at the show. Because this game looks like it came straight out of 2007, 2008. It's like, with Shadow the Hedgehog. I remember that game. Like, edgelord games, like
with the gun on the cover.
Like even, and I was talking about this, y'all, to Blue during it. I'm like, Square got to be careful because Final Fantasy was just getting to a point where it's like, yo, Final Fantasy is a respected name, it's respected again. And then they come out with this, and then they come out with the first Soldier, Final Fantasy VII Battle Royale game. Like, come on, my dudes. Come on, man. Come on,
mobile.
Man. What it's okay. What they talking about? It's okay. What?
Yeah, mobile trash too.
Mobile.
That mess is trash. No, I mean we'll Square. Like I said, that mess that abomination that we saw does not. It didn't do Platinum nor Final Fantasy nor Square Enix justice. None of that looked the quality of their game. So I was like, scratch that out. For the first Soldier, I remember they said that when all the 7 stuff was coming out. I actually remember that. So that didn't surprise me. Guardians of the Galaxy, that's what Avengers should be if it turns out like that. Like I said, the problem with Avengers is the multiplayer. The single player part of that game is amazing. There's nothing wrong. When you unlock Captain America, spoiler alert, and you actually do his combo, I'm like, oh my God.
Hey, you seen when he was kicking the shield in combo?
Yeah, like,
he got that Marvel vs. Capcom cap.
That's Marvel vs. Capcom.
Stars and stripes.
Like stars and stripes. Like this man is doing everything. It is after you beat the single player. Like the incentive is not there.
Yeah,
it's very repeatable. It's too repeatable. So it's not hard to fix. It's not hard to fix Avengers. They're gonna have to bite the bullet and say my bad with this multiplayer crap and basically scrap that. That's all they have to do. If they can scrap that and just if they have the same quality and it's like a pay for service, like a Destiny where you pay for it, but it's still single player driven. I would buy it. That would be easy. Like I said, the single player part of Avengers is amazing. It's after you beat it that's crappy. So the Black Panther didn't do nothing for me again. It was okay, but I'm like, unless they fix the end game of it,
it don't matter.
Nothing's gonna do. But like I said,
it needs a Taken King. It needs a Taken King.
But, like I said, that Babylon crap, I forgot about that, and the whatever that crap that blew down. I don't even know the name of that. My brain forgot the name of this stuff.
Friendly Girl Simulator.
All right, that's not for me. They done made multiple ones, so you can't stop that. It's too late. You can't stop it. The Friendly Girl is
about how like Guardians of the Galaxy was like Mass Effect meets Final Fantasy meets a little bit of something else.
Yeah.
That's all I'm like. Look
So
good.
like, so it was good that they got the people that did Deuce X. I like, all right, so they doing that.
I
But
know, so.
boy, they got Team Ninja and Platinum. They need to slap Square Enix. They need to slap them. I don't understand. That doesn't.
But I don't think so. I don't think it's on
trash.
Square's end that those games look the way they
Yes.
do. Like I think with Babylon's Fall, when it first got announced, it looked different, and then it changed apparently to a
That's
game
not
that was a
Platinum
third
at all.
person.
That's the slowest Platinum game.
Yeah, that I'm befuddled with that one because it
Slow as
reminds me
that.
of like God's Fall or something like that, or God. I think it's Godfall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then like.
Yeah.
With Stranger in Paradise, I had so many weird expectations for this coming into it, and what we got was just so different to that, just from like the tone of the trailer. That I was thrown off by that, especially like the genericness of like the main character and everything. But then past that,
That's not Team Ninja either. I mean, I thought it would be Ninja Gaiden.
yeah,
Square, Final Fantasy. I thought so. I didn't know what that was when we just saw. That quality is trash.
Brandon, are you doing something? It was sounding weird. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing it. I was just switching. I was switching my mic.
Oh, okay.
I'm just making sure this thing is bouncing to y'all, so it's just not me and my face listening to y'all the whole time.
Oh no, you good. You good.
No,
Nah, but then like so what I had in mind for the game was that it's gonna be like you going through and fighting different bosses from Final Fantasy series or something like that. Now, from what I understand from the storyline, it seems as if this is a play on the first Final Fantasy game, and apparently that game is a time loop or something like that. So I do think there may be a possibility where this could be something different. Where like basically like the whole thing can be like maybe this was just a super rough prologue. Like I said, it's an alpha, so it could be better than that. But from there, maybe they can do something different. I don't know. I don't have much confidence right now. I was watching Maximilian talk about it, and he was saying that the game felt like Neo 1, not Neo 2, as far as like some of the developments, as far as like the gameplay and everything like that. And so it's interesting if Koei Tecmo did base that portion of the game off the Neo 1 engine instead of Neo 2. Maybe next time when this actually comes out with a better demo, it could be somewhat more well received, like with switching the jobs and everything. I do think that's an interesting mechanic to like switch jobs on the fly. But yeah, at the same time, it doesn't sound like they put their best foot forward with this initial presentation. I don't know what it will look like in the future, but it's a bad showing right now because like it don't feel like it should be anything related to Final Fantasy for one, and then it doesn't feel like it's a good Neo game, and it's made by the people that made Neo, who just made Neo 2 that everyone likes. So I just don't get it. I don't understand why it came out in this state and is presented like this. It just seems like really rushed for no reason. No one asked for this, so take your time with it and then make it good. So I don't know who's supposed to be mad at who. Like, is Square Enix supposed to be mad at Team Ninja because they didn't give this like the Neo 2 treatment, or is it like Team Ninja's getting weird directions from Square Enix? I have no idea.
You need that Life of a Strange girl so she can tell you.
Your feeling.
She can see my true colors.
Let
Yeah,
her
my
scan
true
your
colors.
feelings.
Put her hands up and be like, "Where's Team Ninja?"
All right, you know what I'm saying? That Square forgettable. That Square is forgettable. Let's go ahead and move on to this other forgettable company.
This one's even way more forgettable.
Let's go. You know,
Man,
Good.
don't even review the. I'm sorry,
Bro.
oh no, you're good.
No new games.
This
No
gonna
new
be a
games in
fun.
the conference.
That's
Gonna be
crazy
a
part.
fun little roast session before we get into to the top dog. You know, we had Capcom who showed off some
The
stuff.
goat.
They said, hey, they said, hey, we have Resident Evil. Hey, we're gonna show you new Monster Hunter Stories too. No gameplay, but we're just gonna show it to you. We gonna show you some Ace Attorney Chronicles, which looks good. I'm happy to see that. That's awesome, but we knew that was coming. And then guess what, guys? You know, fighting game tournaments.
Yeah.
they knew what they was doing. They knew what they was doing with the chick that started the show, because she told us all this mess, and then she was like, "Oh, and then we're gonna wrap it up with Capcom fighters," and so she kept it real dry. Like, what you gonna talk about? What you gonna talk? So this is what they did. This is what they did, Blue. I'm telling you what they did. You told me right, but this is what they really did. They said, hey, we're going to spoil Village for you. Then we're going to spoil a section of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. We're going to spoil that too. Here's some more CGI trailer, no gameplay of Monster Hunter Stories. Hey, guess what? There's a fighting game community around Street Fighter. Who knew? Like, that's what they conference was, man. Trash.
As a side note, so I wanted to play like the little recap behind me and everything. But literally, the top 3 videos are all a minute and less, and this is the funniest thing I've seen. So they have there's no recap that's longer than 50 seconds, and that's
Bro,
not worth it.
And it costs so much money to have this segment. It costs money to do this.
Yeah.
Why?
I wonder if it was a thing where like the ESA for E3 said, "Hey, we need people to come in," because E3 didn't happen last year. So maybe they just begged Capcom to be there, and Capcom was like, "All right, we'll throw something together, but we're not really giving you no new games or something like that." I have no idea, but it was very, very bizarre.
Maybe they had a voucher from last year. Like, yo, we got a time slot.
Super bizarre. I don't know what this is for. Like,
we paid for this time slot. We're gonna use it.
That's on
It's
wild.
trash. It's trash. It's forgettable. Let's move on. Talk about the big
Hold
boy.
on. We got just a little bit. It's okay. If you don't mind.
Even what you got, Steel Toe Shoes talking about the video recap is less than 50 seconds. I think we should be on that same level. Why would we give them more love than what YouTube is doing? Let's move on.
That's true.
Please buy Ace Attorney, everyone. That's all I'll say. Please buy Ace Attorney.
No.
Yeah, before we move on, at least say that.
Please buy Ace Attorney.
I gotta say, shout out to the homie Herlock Sean.
Yeah.
Herlock Sean.
That was the best part of the show. Herlock
Yes.
show, bro. That was the best part of the show. Other than that, trash is the worst of E3, ladies and gentlemen. The very worst conference. Are we in agreement? That was the worst. Like,
I heard the Gearbox one was pretty bad.
Gearbox and Take-Two were garbage.
Yeah.
Gearbox
It's hard
and
to
Take-Two.
believe that they could be worse than that, but yeah, no, I heard it was really
No, it
bad.
can't be nothing worse than Capcom. Capcom is worse because Capcom, just briefly, it is your very worst thoughts of ideas of a game of a conference they have. They have games that's rumored that show that they.
Hold on, so
about.
that's such in the later. That's such a. We'll get into that Vince section.
Horrible. We can talk about it now. We don't want to.
Right. Come on, hold on. Let me
Hold on.
Last statement I'm done. Not only did they spoil the games, but they was
That's
saying,
another
"Thank
point.
y'all for y'all money. Thank you, y'all."
Thank you for your your money. We appreciate
All
it.
right.
Now we got the big boy.
Big boy.
The big N, the N word,
Nintendo
words.
The N word.
Nintendo Direct. Now we're gonna go through this. Nintendo came with that fire.
That
There's
heat.
quite a bit of it too.
That fire.
So they started it off in a good place. They started it off with the homeboy Kazuya coming to Smash. And he got combos for days, by the way. For days. Once again, I gotta go ahead and say once again, they showed off the a dang friendly girl simulator. Life is Strange.
Heck, they really did.
We don't know how,
They
but
had
they
like a
did.
weird anime vibe to it
Yes.
this time around for some reason.
Yes.
Yeah.
They basically were just saying it's coming to the Switch. And then they showed off more Guardians of the Galaxy coming to the Switch.
Cloud version. That's not native on Switch.
No.
You were streaming that to your Switch. If you haven't heard of Switch Cloud version games, they exist. You don't download anything. You just have a client and you stream it like Stadia.
Same with them.
Yeah.
Mhm. But then we get into some good stuff. This is where the conference starts picking up even more. We have the return of Super Monkey Ball. 20 years old, man. Remastered.
The troll.
Super Monkey Ball. I mean, it's a classic to me though.
I
It's a
really
classic.
like Super Monkey Ball 2. No lie. I get why Brando's laughing, but Super Monkey Ball 2 is a great game. It also has very good music. I definitely thought it was gonna be Donkey Kong though. I don't know why I was
Yeah,
I
yeah,
that so wrong. I was expecting Donkey Kong.
He's so racist. He's all bananas.
It's over now. That's the race.
That's his
anti-black.
logo. That's literally his logo.
Anti-black.
Look,
Anti-black.
Oh man, but then they showed off. They showed off Mario Party Superstars, which I'm gonna say we're gonna talk about it. But initially, I was kind of angry that they showed this off until I got a little bit more information. I'm all right with it now, but still, I got some problems. But Mario Party Superstars,
I'm gonna buy it, but I'm angry by it.
yeah. and then, you know, I can't even. I'm gonna say the rest of them, but I need the homie. Okay, what did they reveal after Mario Party?
After that Mario Party, the return of the belovedness. The same as but that Metroid Dread, it exists.
Yes, sir.
And it's coming out this year, my dude. I don't even gotta wait.
Yes, sir. October 8th. October
Metroid 5.
Bro.
We moving the timeline, boys.
I got
18 years though, finally moving that timeline, bro.
Yo, it's gotta be said. I was gonna wait, but it's gotta be said. I gotta say it right now. That was the best reveal of this E3. The best reveal of the entire show. Not only because of what it is, but they said, hey, this is coming. It's coming out in a couple of months. That's the best announcement of the entire show. I'm done. That's it. Okay, go ahead.
I think top 1, top 2 is Dread and Elden Ring as far as trailers go for sure.
Yeah.
I got you. So after that, they showed more Just Dance 2022. Cruising Blast. If you played those, I don't know what that is. I mean, I've seen it, but I don't really care about it.
It's an arcade, you know, cruising in America. Those are like in every pizza shop, you know, cruising. Yeah, Cruising USA.
Okay.
Daytona.
They showed off some more of this game that I'm actually kind of looking forward to now that I've seen even more. But Mario Golf. Mario Golf. Super Rush. That looks excellent. Then exactly. Then they showed we got two great things. We got gameplay from Monster Hunter Stories 2.
Yeah.
Finally. And we got the return of that boy Wario Ware. Get it together.
Yes, get it together.
Then we saw
so much multiplayer goodness within just the first 30 minutes of the show, bro. Like, come on.
Then they showed off. I almost want to just call this the game Demon. The amount of times that they said Demon.
Oh yeah.
Shin Megami Tensei 5. The amount of times they said
you can train your demon. I'm like, yo, fam.
Yeah.
Exactly. After that, they showed off Danganronpa Decadence.
Yes.
Which I believe is kind of like isn't that like the first 3 games or something?
First 3 games remade or remastered, and then there's like an extra one that they threw in there too.
Yep. So they showed that off. They showed the return of Fatal Frame, Maiden of Blackwater, if you were interested in that.
This was on Wii U. It's just coming back. It's a port.
Oh, it's not a sequel?
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
No.
It came out on Wii U, so no one knew about it. So now you can finally have a fan base around it again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they showed Doom Eternal's DLC coming. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 on the way. Strange Brigade, don't ever get that on Switch. It looked awful. That was the worst part of the show. Of course, they showed some more Mario Rabbids Spark of Hope. A lot of people were super excited about this. I might play this game, but Advance Wars is back.
Yes.
So they showed that off. And then we get to the closers. First off, they showed an expansion pass for Hyrule Warriors, which I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna have to play now for reasons that will become obvious. Mm-hmm. They showed off a new hardware with the Zeldas, a couple of the early Zelda, the first 3 Zelda games, and the extra mini game on a little
Game and Watch.
Yeah, the Game and Watch, little cool thing. Of course, they showed off some more Skyward Sword. You know, that's on the way. But then
ugly Zelda.
Exactly, ugly Zelda. But then they showed the boy falling from the heavens itself. They showed it from the start. He was falling from the heavens. The wind was flowing. It was
Bro, the long hair,
it was a
bro. The
cloud.
long,
It was
luxurious mane, bro.
but Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild 2. We still don't. That is not the actual name, as was pointed out. It's not the actual name, but we're gonna call it Breath of the Wild 2 for now. But they showed some more stuff. My dude Link was doing all sorts of things. I ain't never seen Link in this form. This man was going through build like he climbed through a platform and then popped out on the other side. That's the craziest thing I ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my boy got portals.
Oh,
Portals.
oh, but that's Nintendo.
He Bionic Commando now.
Yeah.
But that is Nintendo. Obviously, we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to say. I feel like it's only right. It's only right. There's one person who needs to celebrate these moments. And they did. I do want to also add, they did still say that Metroid Prime is on the way, which I'm happy they at least said is still in development. But Sonke, you can talk about Nintendo Direct as a whole, but we already know what you really want to talk about.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
And while the whole Nintendo Direct was well done, well presented, I enjoyed it. Of course, I am again happy to see more Mario Rabbids. Love that game. But the masterpiece, the showcase for me, was that dread. But that dread for that Metroid, bro. After hearing about that game, the leaks back in when Corruption was coming, when Corruption came out, and like, bro, they working on the mainline Metroid. Okay, all right, and then it just went dead silent. We thought, oh man, they ain't gonna show no more love to Metroid. But to see them finally return back to a mainline game, but yeah, the last mainline game from R&D1 was Fusion. That was the last mainline game from R&D1. Like, even though they can somewhat claim assistance on Samus Returns, but even though that was a remake and
Zero Mission.
was it Mercury Studios helped them out with that, and Mercury Studios is helping them out with Dread. I am really pleased to see that even in the interview, while they shelved it, they didn't give up on it, and I really appreciate that because it kind of just at least gives me hope to see just the excitement burning up, because I'm like, okay, Nintendo is not gonna give up on Samus. I will continue to see Metroid's more on. I'm excited because even they said this is the end of the story arc, but not the end of Samus' story. So I look forward to seeing where they go from this. As y'all can see, I love Metroid. Metroid is glorious. Like, you got the Zelda fan in here, he over there, but I do the Metroid, bro. I'm so happy, bro. And Nintendo showed much respect. They gave me gameplay, bro. Lots of gameplay. They could have. I was just happy with the CGI trailer, but they gave me gameplay, my dude, and it looks so crisp, bro. I'm so happy. Y'all don't understand. Everyone should buy Metroid Dread. It is a requirement. I require any of y'all watch this video. You required to buy Metroid Dread off the rip. Let's go. Respect. And then of course, again, yes, I'll seek to Zelda. Zelda was good too, but I'll let some other folk talk about that because that's their babies right now. But I had that Samus is
she back.
That's that girl. She back. But and that new suit.
Ooh, she's crispy. Yeah.
Y'all ain't ready, but you will be. Get ready.
Dude, what's crazy is that, 19 years, man. It's been 19 years, man, since the doggone mainline story. It continues the story after Fusion. They trolled us too, though, because first they said, hey, here's the Metroid game. All right, that was a shocker. It's that Metroid 5, which was huge. But, bro, they said Dread, that pushed it over because I remember the same thing Stone K was talking about, the rumors of Dread and how it's going to flip the Metroid formula on its head. You're going to start from the bottom of the planet and work your way up. And they kept it. They kept it in the game because that's when you start at the core of the planet and you're going to work your way up. They kept that jump. And it's like they're not just making this just to make it. They have new gameplay mechanics. Dread is the fact that you got stuff chasing you the entire game you can't kill. Like, It's freaking awesome, man. That's the place where Samus hasn't been since Fusion, because Fusion had one little instance of this when the what was it called? Okay.
This is
SAX, yeah.
Yeah, the SAS was chasing you, but now this is a whole gameplay mechanic. So, bro, they showed that junk, and then afterwards, they had the tree house, bro. They kept showing the game, bro. And like that's what I'm saying. This is the best. I love Zelda. Everyone loves Zelda. We knew we was gonna see something, but this was the best announcement out the entire E3. Not only was this game thought to be dead, not only did we not think it was gonna happen, it's coming out in freaking 2 months or 3 months. Like this is freaking
October. Yep.
In a couple of months. Yeah, man. Metroid Dread. It looked clean, bro. This is gonna be amazing, dog. Yeah, that's all I gotta say on it.
Yeah. I'm excited. It's happening. Samus is back. This means that any Nintendo IP can be successful on the Switch. That's how I truly feel. I think it's going to be the best-selling Metroid of all time, easily. And from there, I think we're going to see great things from Metroid Prime in the future. And I hopefully think the series will just continue in a long way instead of it just being so much doubt. Are we ever going to get another Samus game or whatever? So, yeah, happy to see it. Looks like Mercury Stream did a good job with Samus Returns. This looks like it's going to be way better. I don't know why I get that feeling, but I think mechanically it looks like they just improved so much. You could tell like the game is built for you to go fast, to be able to maneuver a lot, to get away from this stuff that's chasing you, the Emmys. So yeah, I'm very happy for it to see it like not only just show up, but kind of show out too. I've heard some people kind of compare like, oh, why is this so special? Like I play Ori and the Blind Forest, and the backgrounds in Ori are beautiful or whatever. And I'm like, look, bro, like this is Metroid. First of all, it stands the test of time. And second of all, like even if it had flashy backgrounds or whatever, it doesn't take away from the gameplay at all. Like the gameplay is what you're here for. The traversal, the map, the going back and forth, the power-ups, the upgrades, what makes all of this so special. So to see them, you know, really taking some time to like say, not only are we doing that, the fact that there's a Chozo in the trailer, bro, like whether that's a like a flashback or whether that's current, like I mean, we can, bro, like we're about to see some stuff that we haven't seen with Metroid, and I think in a long time, and it's good to have this kind of era of like. We could talk about Metroid in the present tense. We're not just talking about Metroid Prime. We're not just talking about Super Metroid anymore. Yeah. So yeah, I'm happy to see it, like the hype around it be so substantial.
Dude, it's gotta sell. Everyone has to buy this game.
It's gonna sell crazy. It's gonna sell crazy, bro.
I already got so many theories about what's gonna happen because the Lord has been implied, bro. So many theories, bro. It's really
I mean, it's worth $60. I don't care. It's worth $60.
Well, I already pre-ordered that mess, man. They took my money, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, they
have my money.
They showing out with this Metroid, and so, yeah, like Japan, man, it's good. It feels good, man. Just talk about Metroid in the present, you know. Like, oh man, it's so freaking good.
But and so this is the thing about Nintendo. Ever since the Switch came out, they've been doing this, bro. Like Breath of the Wild, since it came out, we haven't stopped talking about that game. Mario Odyssey, we may not talk about as much, but if you compare it to other 3D Marios, it stands up. Like it's not like people hated Sunshine because it was so different from 64. People love Odyssey, bro. Like it's not like you can say some bad stuff about it, but like it's a great game. Like, and these are like tentpole franchises that they've been carrying since the Switch first came out. Even with Mario Party, as miffed as I am that Super Mario Party kind of means nothing at this point, even though it just got the online update, and I feel like this should be just one big DLC expansion for it. Like the fact that we got 5 new boards. The online is in there from the get-go this time. Like it looks fun. It's more Mario Party, got more mini games. I'm gonna buy it. I'm an angry buyer, like I said, because I wish it could just be an expansion, but like it looks so good, bro. Like the golf, even I've never played Mario Golf like that. That junk look fire. WarioWare's coming back. Like, fam, they have so much good stuff. And I know y'all was hating on that Advance Wars, but look, Advance Wars is a Game Boy Advance series that Nah, Advance was a Game Boy Advance series that did really well, and the fact that it's even being talked about is crazy.
Japan man.
Y'all gotta relax on this Advance Wars. Hey, I'm
You
just
gotta
saying,
relax
I'm
going from WarioWare back to Advance Wars. You gotta slow all the way down.
I'm saying all I can say about this. Here's what I'm gonna say about that Advance Wars. Let's take that Advance Wars. And we gonna get. Let's take that and put effort into Star Fox. How about that? Let's get some Star Fox love up in.
I think it can come back. I think Star Fox and F-Zero both have good potential for this system now.
Right, F-Zero needs to come. Star Fox can try at least, and I still wanted to come back. But if we talking about Switch is the miracle system for IPs, it needs. Bro, look, listen. If F-Zero came out on the Switch, bro, the Switch has been the best Nintendo console since probably the Super Nintendo or like.
We got 3 more years. What you mean,
bro? Yeah. I'm saying, but yeah, F-Zero for sure. F-Zero for Star Fox, man. We need it.
I would give you that because Star Fox did have Star Fox Zero on Wii U. It was hot butt cheeks, but I mean, like at this point, we had Star Fox Assault though. Like we had good Star Fox games. F-Zero only had like 2 or 3 games in general. Like so, it deserves to get another shine. Even things like what was it Wave Race? Like we haven't seen these games come back in a while, but like Nintendo still got they still got heat like tucked that they haven't touched in a long time. And then even like with this conference, it's so funny. Like this was mostly all new stuff. Even if some of it was ports, even if some of it was remakes, like it was a lot of stuff that we had not seen before. And you think back to their last E3 Direct or whatever, like you were seeing stuff that they didn't really talk about this time around. That don't mean that they stopped working on it. Like everyone's asking, where's Bayonetta 3? Like Bayonetta 3 still coming, but like the fact that we still get all this new stuff is so good. And that Breath of the Wild 2 trailer, bro, come on, like we time traveling again like Ocarina days. Come on now.
You don't know, bro. You don't know.
Nah, come on, it's in the trailer. He has a regular arm, that he don't have a regular arm. Like
he always got the arm.
Nah, fam, not in the beginning, bro. It's sometimes when he's running around where he don't have it. He just got the tunic on and everything like that. And then after that, he has like the different outfit and everything, and he's going up in the sky. And by the way, this is coming out when Skyward Sword is getting re-released. Like it all makes sense. It's so crazy, bro.
It all makes sense, guys. That's a given.
Saying though, bro, like if you see in the trailer when he's gliding down in his blue champion's tunic, he doesn't have the arm and there's no islands in the sky. So it's like, what's up? They won't show his face neither, which is odd. I've mentioned it in the chat. I hope he have a majestic beard, bro.
No one's ever gonna have a beard, Brandon. Like I don't know why you. None of these characters are ever gonna.
You want Link to have that Kratos beard, bro.
He wants Link to have a beard. Dog. He wants Sora to have a beard. Oh, by the way, it's still not unconfirmed that Sora can't be the last person in Smash. I just want to let you all know that there's still a chance that Sora could be the last person in Smash.
Gone for Sora. I don't see it, man.
You're gonna finish it with a Nintendo. You already know.
Yeah, they finished it with Nintendo, and it's gonna be Iwata.
Dang, it's gonna be Iwata. It could be Sakurai. I can see Sakurai. I play Sakurai a few matches.
Yeah, I play Sakurai. I hope it is Sakurai.
That'd be a me costume. That deserves a me add-on.
You know what? Sakurai should be that god character. Like
he's mad OP, like super broken.
He's banned in tournaments and junk. Yeah. Sakurai.
Kazuya was good though. To be real about Smash Brothers, like I didn't expect Kazuya at all, but it makes so much sense. Smash is produced by Bandai Namco. I don't think they ever put their own representative in the game before, so it makes sense that like he's in there. And now it's like, fam. Yes, we just got confirmation that Tekken Cross Street Fighter is completely canceled. Smash Brothers is now Tekken versus Street Fighter. Like we got Ken, Ryu, we got Kazuya, you got Terry from Final Fight. Like they have Smash is the greatest game ever. Like let's just be real. Like the appreciation and the level of detail that they put into these characters. The fact that you look at that Tekken trailer and it's like, man, this man got all his Tekken 3 moves, like everything, like it's crazy. So yeah, I mean,
version of video games at this point. It's not even. It's more than a fighting game. It's just a celebration.
Yeah, it's a celebration. For sure. But yeah, this was my best conference. If we ready to throw grades up or not, I don't know. But I don't think anyone expect anything other than the A++ for this show.
It's number one. Some things that pop up that I thought was gonna show up though.
Yeah.
Splatoon 3. I was surprised Splatoon 3 didn't
Man,
show
where that? Oh, hold up, guys. Y'all acting up. Y'all are acting up. Hold up. You call it A++. It's gonna get an A minus.
That's what I said. B+, A minus. I said it before.
Everybody waiting on this Switch Pro. So that's what's going on.
We'll find out about it soon.
That's 2024. I'm telling you.
The day and date when Zelda is dropping is when Switch Pro is gonna come out. I can almost guarantee it, bro.
Switch Pro ain't coming.
I don't think it's coming now.
Nah. The next one's gonna just be the next Switch. It's not gonna be a Switch Pro.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's gonna.
I don't know, man. Switch still sells like crazy though, so I don't see them going straight to the sequel. Yeah, I don't know.
They did that with the Wii.
Yeah, you can have a sequel to the Switch and it just play Switch games. It's no problem.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's true. It ain't no Switch Pro.
I'm just thinking about like from how they did their handhelds. We had Game Boy to Game Boy Color to Game Boy Advance, and we had Nintendo DS to DSi, which really didn't do much different. It just was a little better. Then they did 3DS. So I don't know.
So here's the dilemma with that, because would you buy another handheld from them with the Switch? Would you want that now? I wonder, is that the dilemma that they're running into? Because I agree, the Switch is the perfect blend. That was genius. You make it a handheld, and I can hook that thing up and watch it on TV. Yep. Take it with me. So do I want to limit myself? Like, oh crap! Now I got to buy this handheld again.
They can't go back.
You have to keep this formula. You have to keep this formula. I think if they do a pro version, I've always assumed it will be like a set top that like you could like plug into your TV and like you can use it kind of like that. Where like Switch itself can still be portable, but like maybe they give you a better dock or something that can do some more advanced stuff. But it does sound like from all the rumors, it's supposed to be a new console, not like a new console gen. Just that it's supposed to have 4K screens and it's supposed to upscale your games and stuff. So I don't know. I think there's enough smoke out there that it should probably be a thing, but it just
the Switch Pro is cloud based.
Nintendo
Xbox Game Pass enables it.
Nintendo wouldn't do that.
Game Pass.
It's been 4 years since the Switch released. It's not. Yeah, there's no Switch Pro. There's no Switch Pro. It's the next Switch. That's what I'm on right now. It's the next Switch. It's gonna be called. It's gonna be called the Mega Nintendo. Oh, I want it to be called that so bad.
The Mega Nintendo.
No, it has to be called Super.
It's gonna be Super Nintendo Switch, bro.
No, listen, check it out though. Check it out. This is my reason though. If it's Mega Nintendo, we get the Metroid. It's gonna be Mega Metroid, and it's gonna be awesome.
That's disgusting.
Stop this.
Mega Mario.
Because we ain't about to have no Mega Zelda, Mega Metroid. No, shut that mess down. No, bro. No.
You gonna have Mega instead of Super?
No.
Nah.
It's gonna happen.
They could go with Ultra before they go with Mega. Like,
do you remember the name for Smash 4?
No.
What was the name for Smash 4?
It was just called Smash 4.
Smash for 3DS.
There's always been
and for Wii U. There's a whole paragraph.
What we love about Mario because it was Super Mario. See, that's
exactly.
We like
super, like you spell it SUPA. Super.
That's nasty.
Super Nintendo.
That's gross.
I don't want a Mega Nintendo.
You gotta go further beyond. You gotta go further.
To the Mega.
Bro, this ain't no
leave my anime alone.
This ain't no Plus Ultra, bro.
Oh my god.
Slow down, bro. Slow down.
Nintendo Switch Plus Ultra.
This ain't no slow down, bro. Slow down with that, bro.
All right. So we gotta get out of here.
I'll take Super Switch. We'll do that. Super Switch.
I'll take Super Switch, Super Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
You couldn't even say it. Try to say it again.
Super Nintendo Switch. And people just gonna call it the Super Nintendo. That's what's gonna be. People, we black. We gonna make a nickname.
Fam,
don't talk-
imagine if the joint comes out and they got the Super Nintendo colors, bro. It's a wrap.
You know they're not doing that.
It's a wrap,
Ooh,
son.
they might
They
do
ain't
that.
got-
They did it with
got-
the 3DS. There's a 3DS version of that. So I mean,
Yeah,
never say never.
but nobody know about that though, so they ain't about to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. If Nintendo release Atomic Purple anything, I'm in.
shut
bro.
that down, bro.
They
Shut
definitely
that
ain't do that either. What you mean?
down. Bro, shut that down.
I
It ain't happening, bro.
Shut that out.
That's another. That should be another topic. Why don't these companies make that iconic? Because the only one the closest did it was PlayStation.
Because it's
But you know what happened to
Nintendo.
that crap?
Now we're going back to the dark side of Nintendo. Now that we're talking, this is him. This is them to the team.
All right, let's move on to the honorable.
We celebrated.
mentions.
We
I got you.
celebrated.
Let's go. Let's move on to honorable mention.
All right, so we got honorable mentions. I gotta shout out more than anything. It's a lot of companies that came out with
Like
stuff.
Amazon
PC Gaming
Luna.
Show,
Oh my gosh.
PC Gaming Show,
Relax.
Future Gaming
But go
Show.
jump off your roof.
But I got a personal shout out to Devolver for always coming with that weird goodness. I love Devolver for that weird stuff. Like it's always strange.
Like E3 Adult Swim.
Yes,
Basically.
it is. It is E3 Adult Swim, and I love it. So, but there was nothing outside of that. I didn't see too many games. Like PC Gaming Show had a lot of PC games that were looking great, and games that I would love to remember and put in my memory bank. But I don't have a PC, so I can't play them.
It was Indy 3. Indy.
Yes.
Lots of indies, bro.
Indy 3.
I got a shout out. I only got one.
Yeah, please.
Is Action Verge 2. That's the only other honorable mention I got. And I don't know if I want to call. I call it honorable mention because I gotta keep it 100. I gotta keep it a buck with y'all. This E3 as a whole wasn't that great. It wasn't that great to be told.
But for post-pandemic though,
I mean, even for pandemic. I mean, because think about it. Dude.
Yeah,
Last
it
year
wasn't great.
was better than this during the
If
pandemic.
it didn't happen last year, it's
Disappointing.
going to be hyped up. You know,
That's
'cause
true.
It didn't happen last year. So
this wasn't better than the last one.
Well, no, last year had
No.
one there was no E3 last year. It was all these random press conferences and shows and everything like that. But we also had a new gen of consoles coming too. So there was always going to be hype going into all of those shows. Like, what's the next gen going to look like?
Yeah.
Whereas like this year is like, nah, we got next gen now. So what you going to show as far as games? And I think maybe pandemic did put a damper on that because folks can't get all their AAA stuff out. So we saw a lot of indie stuff, which to me is not going to move the needle for me a whole bunch. I do think next year probably would be better. I feel like PlayStation still is poised. Like, I understand their reasoning for not being with E3 as heavy anymore, but I feel like if they come out by the end of this month or next month with their own show, they are poised to potentially have a better show than all of E3. Nintendo included. I don't know. We'll have to see. But, like, they play stuff so close to the chest now at this point that they kind of do have that as their trap card. Like, it could work very well for them, or in the converse, it could work very bad for them. We'll just have to see. But yeah, I think at that point we'll really be able to kind of tell. We'll be able to compare like how did PlayStation do versus everybody else that went to E3, and if it's way better or way worse or whatever, you'll at least have a point to argue with it. But for right now, how I felt, yeah, E3 overall was just like, okay, we did that. You know, like it has some level of excitement for certain things, but literally, like if I take Nintendo out of it, I'm counting like on one hand, like maybe 3-4 games that were like just like Elden Ring, Halo Infinite multiplayer, like, you know, Starfield trailer, you know, like these are the things that are kind of like, oh, these are high points. But other than that, it's like just a very big mid pool. So yeah.
No, this is very true.
Yeah. So
As a bonus homework assignment, I feel like we could like do a quick like top 10 from this E3. Like we all kind of like submit a quick sheet. I guess that could be a neat thing, or top 5 since it's not that.
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I'll say top 5. I don't know. I'll be hard pressed to pull 10.
add it to that.
I'll be hard pressed to pick 10.
But top,
So any other honorable mentions from any other press conferences you saw? All right, cool. Our final boss discussion. Obviously, we would talk about other stuff, but it's still E3 special, still E3 centered. So let's go down. Let's have a couple quick questions. E3 disappointments, and for this one, I want to know what games would y'all have liked to have been shown, or who just wasted our time? Who was a waste of our time?
Capcom.
Big Capcom energy to this question right now.
Big
All
Capcom.
Capcom.
Big Capcom.
Capcom on both of
Capcom was the worst. It's your nightmare. It's a gamer's nightmare. They did it. They did unforgivable.
Like there been rumors of a Dragon Dogma 2, and my boys couldn't feast on Dragon's Dogma 2. They still had to watch Street Fighter 5.
So there's normal things we always hear every E3. It's gonna be rumors. It's gonna be rumors of a new system, a new game, whatever. That's strike one. They didn't do none. They didn't touch on no rumors. Number two, the number one thing we want to see is what is brand new. What are you guys working on? Nothing. Number three, strike three. The worst thing you can do for anybody is to spoil the games that you make. So not only did they didn't show anything, for everything that they did show, they spoiled the whole thing. They literally told, hey guys, we're gonna do an Ace Attorney. But we're gonna tell you guys, we're gonna actually show you gameplay.
A whole chapter.
Gameplay, we're gonna show you a whole chapter. We're gonna show the whole thing step by step, not a cutscene, not snippets, like a whole thing from beginning to end.
When they made Ace Attorney demos with a random chapter that's not in the game, so you can learn how to play the game. It's crazy. I'm like, why would you do this?
That's
so weird.
So
and why'd you try to demo Ace Attorney of all games?
They was unforgivable.
It was like, slight spoilers in what we're about to show you.
Yes,
Well, I don't even think they gave you no spoiler warning. Like
I don't even know.
But
they just showed it off like it's just part of the game, and it is, but like it's the main crux of the game. It's solving cases, and this was a big chunk of time spent on solving this one particular case. Like you see a character who wasn't a girl, you thought was a guy, and next thing you know, she's a girl, and you're like, oh, so when I play the game, I already know how to figure this one out. Like that's crazy. That's the whole point of Ace Attorney is figuring it out. So.
But look, Capcom, like Silk said, succeeded on both of those levels. Like wasted my time, and bro, I know. Look, I'm hurt. Y'all open up a flesh wound. I ain't get Dragon Dogma 2. I want Dragon Dogma 2 so bad, but I ain't get it. But there were still other rumors like Street Fighter 6 or
nothing.
We won't see 6 for a while, but even like they showed Pragmata, a trailer for this game called Pragmata last year. That looked like some Vanquish type stuff, and then it wasn't here. I'm like, what's up? Like,
nothing.
So it's like, like, come on, man. They didn't even, bro. And then my favorite part is when they was doing the Monster Hunter stuff. Look forward to Capcom reveals and stuff, but guess what? The Capcom affiliated DLC was to the other Monster Hunter game that we picked, but we haven't seen, but we
already seen.
So it was like, right.
It's like they've been let us know the roadmap for it, so that wasn't a surprise to me. But it was like you could have at least teased the upcoming stuff. Besides that, like they've been talking about Monster Hunter Stories 2 the same amount of time they've been talking about Monster Hunter Rise. Yeah. Monster Hunter Rise has come out already. Like, if you're gonna put DLC in it, that's for Monster Hunter Stories. We already know this. Like, you've shown this to us like 4, 5, 6 different times. The fact that you brought it to E3 again is crazy. So yeah.
So you rate for Capcom? We all rate them or what?
Bruh,
a 0. They literally didn't do anything in the spirit of E3, bro. Like they didn't show anything new.
And it was they were set up to do it before the show. Me and Japan, man, we did a process of elimination, like you're trying to pass the test. We was like, hey, they already got Devil May Cry. They ain't gonna talk about that. Village is out already. They ain't gonna talk about that. We was wrong on that front. Monster Hunter and Monster Hunter Stories, we already know about that. You know what I'm saying? They had the stage to set and just knock it out the park. They even show Resident Evil 4 remake. We know that's a thing, but it was, bro. boo boo, trash, doo doo water. It was just, and then the hostess was so optimistic. Yeah,
That's all. They have a 5-minute esports section, and she's like, "That's all. We'll see you next time." I'm like, "That's it? That's it? We ended on the esports for Street Fighter 5? Okay."
they get the what's the word, the what you call the album? You put the black dude in there just to have a black dude there.
The
The token character.
The token black dude. Yeah, man, I love you, Street Fighter. Yeah, man.
Facts.
I was just
He had the chains on and everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
He whack, Capcom.
it was lame and not in a good way. It wasn't even cringe. Like it was just terrible. So yeah.
But even their logo came out like they was about to do something. You remember that crisp logo they started off with? Bro, I'm like, I saw that logo. I was like, bro, we about to see Mega Man, bro. We about to see,
Damn.
some junk, bro.
Nah.
All right, let's get down to the nitty gritty though. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna grade all of the E3 shows, and then after we grade the E3 shows, I want you to give you a grade for E3 as a whole this year, all of it,
Okay.
everything included. So we're gonna go one by one. I'm gonna just ask y'all each conference, and you just tell me your grade. You can say a little synopsis as to why, but do what you want to do. All right, Summer Games Fest. What grade are we giving it?
Okay, F. I give it a 65. No. I give it a 78. I give it a C plus.
I give it D plus.
I give it a strong C plus just because it showed Elden Ring at the end. I can't say I was disappointed with it. It just was very decent to okay. Like it didn't have anything in it that made me angry, and it did have a funny Death Stranding trailer, Metal Slug Tactics, and Elden Ring. All those kind of elevated it for me a little bit, even though that's 3 games out of like 52 games that they showed. So again, about a C plus is what I'm gonna stick with.
But you guys okay?
I give it a C. Bad. I agree with Meg on that with the Death Stranding director's cut. That's pretty nice. Though that's not what I wanted to see from Kojima, but hey, it's nice to see that he put it out there. A few other things, so I give it a D. It was at least watchable.
I gotta go with I give it a solid C. I give it a C. It's a good way to start things off. Elden Ring was great, but it's not enough to elevate it to anything higher. So I give it a C.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Next up, Ubisoft Forward. What's the grade y'all got for Ubi?
Bruh, that junk a C2, man. You barely did my homework, bruh. You barely studied. Show it up, man. You didn't even want to be here. C, man.
It's like a C minus for me. Sparks of Hope gave it all of them points though. Like nothing else really helped it out.
It was better than Wisham Call, so I give it a C minus.
I gave it a C plus as well. Sparks of hope.
They got
a
D. D. This is horrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna keep it with Summer Games. I'm gonna give it a C. Sparks of Hope, and then maybe Riders Republic for me, but yeah, it's a C. Now, Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase, which I got for grades.
I got a B, man. Straight up flat B. I got a B. Got a B for it.
I'm between a B minus to a B.
Okay.
B. I give it a B.
I give it a B minus.
I'm leaning towards B minus. I would like to retract this though. If any of their games are good, I'll give them a B.
Nah, you can't go back.
I mean,
If
it's
they
B minus to B.
if they would have showed you the gameplay, it would have been a whole B. But they gave them CGI trailers. It deserves the minus.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
Dang, he right.
Yep.
Exactly.
Hey, yeah, give B minus because it kept telling me about the stupid Game Pass at the end of each one and Day Zero, yada yada.
Nah, that's them. That is Xbox. Xbox's Game Pass.
Yeah, and I hate them at the last E3 for that. It's like exclusive on. Yeah, I know it's an hour in. We know it's just your stuff.
I'm gonna lean towards a B. I'm gonna go a B because stuff that they did show was sort of intriguing. I may not play Stalker 2 anytime soon, but it looked interesting. Outer Worlds 2 gets a lot of points just for the announcement, and so yeah, I'm gonna go with solid B for that. Square Enix presents. What we got for grades, man? I know this one gonna hurt y'all, but Square Enix presents.
Nah, I'm gonna keep it honest with you. It's a C+ for me. Yeah. Guardians was a good showing. Everything else was mediocre. And I think as much potential as I feel like we all came in, like we heard the rumors about Final Fantasy Origins. I think we all had our own viewpoints of what it should have been. I don't think any of those expectations were met at all. Avengers, again, it did not transform the game. There still is no Spider-Man. Like, it literally was the Guardians of the Galaxy show, and I feel very good about that game. So this show gets a C+. That's it.
C+ for mediocre.
Mediocre.
Yeah, Guardians is good. After that, man, I dumped that. I sleep on that. I sleep on that like I sleep on Game Fest, and I sleep on I sleep on Jeff Keighley.
You don't respect Doritos Pope, man.
Forget Doritos Pope. But Kojima's groupie. I don't respect that, man.
Bro, he got ties to all the industry. Jeff Keighley gave us Phil Spencer, Reggie, and whoever was over PlayStation at the time, all on stage at the same time. That stands for something.
Man, that's them though.
You're right. I can't fight you with that. You're right.
Give it a D. D-.
Ooh, D-. Ooh. Down there.
Ooh, mean teacher.
I mean, Guardians was great. It's a nice showcase, but it's not nothing I've never seen before. Granted, it is with Guardians, a Marvel property, which is nice to see. But I ain't nothing surprising to me, so I'm like, well, okay.
Why you hiding your color right here?
Got that shit. B- easy.
B-?
Yeah.
I give it a C-. I give it a C- because they revealed something new. But other than that, everything else was boo-boo. Other than that, I mean, they did what they're supposed to do.
Yeah. It was a gameplay blowout. No one else did a gameplay blowout except Nintendo with Treehouse. And they gave you 3 hours. Besides them, I think Guardians of the Galaxy was at least like a solid 20 minutes, which I still feel is longer than everybody else.
Yep. Yeah.
So
yeah, I gotta agree. I'm gonna go with a C- for Square. All right, next, Capcom.
Can I give a Q?
Please.
Can I give a Q?
A Q, like a Q, like a Z.
The letter Q.
The letter Q.
Specifically, the letter Q. That just like the letter, it's useless, and no one realizes it.
Wait, what?
How many times you use the word Q in a day? You don't.
Question.
You don't use that word. You use that letter. You go a whole day and not use the letter Q, man.
That's crazy.
This is like I'm gonna go this whole E3 without talking about Capcom again, but they get it.
Yeah, pretty much.
I give them a Z-.
Yeah.
I give a Z-.
Yeah.
They did, like I said, that was the worst. That's your nightmare.
They owe you money.
The fact that they wasted my time, like we all got together on Discord, watched this show, and had more discussion and more good stuff to talk about after this show was over that had nothing to do with this show. Like, it was so bad, bro.
That was a waste of time and money.
Yeah.
I mean, their money. That was a waste of everybody's time.
Everybody's time and their
everybody's
money.
time was wasted. There was no way you should do that. Don't reveal a thing that's
I give him an F. I gotta give him the F.
Yeah, whatever the lowest grade is possible. And I think, now granted, don't get me wrong, I think a few shows deserve an F here, not just Capcom.
For sure.
But definitely Capcom for sure fits in that F tier.
You got something, okay?
They don't get a grade from me because, in my opinion, they didn't show up to class.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
I'm gonna
in
have
the
to agree with
same.
that.
I'm in the same group as Salke. They don't get an F. They do get this though. That's all they get. That's all they get.
I get it.
But
I
next,
understand.
let's go ahead, man. The big boy, Nintendo Direct. What do y'all give a grade for Nintendo Direct?
Easy.
I mean, how could you grade greatness? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you scale infinity of good? You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that crazy, but it's definitely an A. It's a solid A. I might put the plus on it depending upon how I feel, but it's an A for sure. We got gameplay. Okay, I'll say this: it's an A plus if we include Treehouse. If we separate Treehouse from it, it's an A.
I give it an A minus. They did everything, but they didn't. Everybody know the pro is out there somewhere.
You want that pro so bad? Show it.
There's too many people that know. You should have said something. So I agree with that. But they came with them hitters because we knew they were going to be Breath of the Wild 2. We knew they was going to talk about that and the Mario, but they did surprise us with not only Metroid. Not only is a new Metroid, but it's a Metroid continuing the original story. So it's not okay, we give you a new Metroid, but it's gonna be a new tell-all story. No, you're going to conclude something from 15 years ago. 15 years ago plus. And it's coming out this year. And we're gonna give you gameplay. So I was like, all right, you can't beat that. But I gave it a minus because of the pro, and then two, because I don't know if it's because everything else was trash or it was really that good. Like, it was just a breath of fresh air. Like, okay, finally somebody remembers what E3 is about. And Nintendo did that.
Next Zelda game, Zelda Breath of Fresh Air. That's the name of the sequel.
Relax.
You heard it.
Zelda Febreze.
And then the Zelda was good. But once they did reveal the pro, I knew we wasn't gonna get nothing else on it like that. I said, okay, they're not gonna talk about the pro, because whatever Nintendo comes out with, Zelda is gonna be on that. Whatever it turns out to be, Zelda's gonna be on there. So there's too much money to be made to not even think that's not gonna happen. But yeah, I'm gonna give it an A minus. That's it.
Yep, A minus for me. A minus for me. I mean, dude, you got Zelda and Metroid in the same direct. You know, that's it. You got Zelda. Not only that, you got Mario too. You got Wario. You got so much junk, so much goodness. Easy. It doesn't take a long explanation for me. A minus. I can't fault it for the pro because
Kazuya is in Tekken. I'm sorry. Never mind.
Well, yeah, and Kazuya and Tekken. Yeah, I mean, you got a Smash reveal, Metroid, Zelda in the same direct, and the 3-hour Treehouse that showed me gameplay from the Metroid, and you actually showed me gameplay from Monster Hunter Stories, which that's the first time us actually seen it. That's a solid A. I gotta give it a solid A. I gotta give it to it. They did.
Keep it out. I'll put it up.
Yeah. Say a solid A for me as well. Same reasons.
Green screen, what's up?
That man look frozen.
I thought I mentioned that A minus. You on the A minus? I feel like this is a good showcase, and everyone should have a good showcase. So this was the best, but it was good.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I'm gonna go A minus. Mostly because I like how they kept a good pace in between it. There were a couple lulls here and there, but they kept a nice little pace as far as showing games and all that stuff.
Super Monkey Ball.
Why you throwing shots to Monkey Ball?
Oh man.
Advanced War.
I was
crazy.
Boy, I ain't gonna lie. It made me mad, bro. I don't even know why it made me mad.
Y'all need to do y'all history, man.
No, I understand the history.
Yeah, I am for those kind of games, but I can still talk about them.
But
What
when I saw
what's wrong? What? Okay, is it just like
Here's my
graphically
thing.
it looks
No,
lame or something?
Here's
Like what's
the biggest
wrong with
thing.
it?
We're
Yeah.
not talking about this. We need to keep going.
No. We need to keep going. Hold on. Let's keep
Okay,
it
I
together.
got you.
Let's keep it together.
I also want to add. I also want to add an honorable mention. I got to give a B+ to Devolver. Good job, y'all. Y'all kept it entertaining and stupid.
Hey, look! When I saw that advanced, what I got furious. Bro.
It stood out. It was so weird in the midst of everything. You cannot say it wasn't.
It looked like a
There's
mobile
no
game,
flow.
to be honest. It looked like a mobile game. I was
Oh
like,
my
oh, dang,
God.
what are they doing?
Can we go?
All
Can
right,
we
let's-
end this?
All right, I got y'all.
The
So
favorite game of
we gotta
E3. Favorite
hold
game.
on, wait. We gotta rate E3 as a whole. As a whole, what would y'all rate E3? Everything together.
Big C energy.
Big.
B minus, man.
Big.
Like you getting like an 81.
Whoa.
Nah, it's a 75 now.
Yeah, we got 73.
Oh, yeah.
I-
You talking about
I
whole?
give it a
Yeah,
75.
Yeah, E3 as a whole. E3 as a
Give
whole.
it a
it's a
75.
76.
For-
five.
It's a C.
I was about to say.
It's a C average. Like it's literally a C. Like
You got like two smart students in the class.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, man.
Yeah, this is C.
Yeah, I think we all agree. What we got for man?
Yeah, it's a
this-
C.
man, favorite games, bro. Come on, let's do it.
Y'all can. I'll let y'all decide how y'all want to do it. If you feel like doing the top 5, you can rattle the top 5 off your head. You can. If you want to say just one, do your thing.
I got one.
I only got 5.
I only got one. And I'm gonna say it, man, because I'm gonna let my boss on cake take the other. Because we already know who the goal of the show is. I ain't gonna lie.
I
But
mean, we could all have the same one. Don't matter.
yeah, but still, no, it does. He needs Metro. He the only dude that can talk about Metro this entire string.
Dang. Okay.
Nah, I'm messing. But yo, Elden Ring. Elden Ring, because dude, Elden Ring looks like it's they're really taking that next step. And like the whole, the lessons they learned from the Souls and the Bloodborns and the Sekiros and all this stuff. And not only that, I've been doing some digging on the actual story, what George R. Martin been doing. Interesting stuff. Really interesting stuff. Open world too. Dude, bruh. I know I said I was gonna wait till 16 to get a 5, but maybe put it to get a 5. I don't know. But yeah, definitely that. Yeah, that's my GOTS. We thought it was dead, but it was alive the whole time. It was a JoJo.
Who next? Who next?
Who next?
Nah, you next. You just said something.
Whoops.
Yeah, you know.
I want to say good old Mr. Link.
Life is strange.
Link gave you the most feels. Like I want to say Link, but the real inner me, I'm gonna have to say Wario. As long as they do it right, and I don't have too much faith that they will, but as long as it is right, I'll be super happy. I can ask for more.
Wait, who next?
But you next. You said something.
Ooh, I did. I like the reveals. I mean, reveals
Like 2042?
No, 2042 didn't have that. They didn't do nothing for me. For my favorite games, I like the reveal of Metroid, Guardians of the Galaxy, Zelda, obviously, and Elden Ring too. Yeah, I agree. My top 2 gonna be Metroid and Guardian because they actually gave gameplay and release dates.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my big. That's where I'm at now. I need release dates now. Yeah, that's it. I'm just happy that BJ finally has all the years of our troll has.
Yep. He's endured.
Dude.
I wrote off Metro. I'm not gonna lie. I wrote it off. I'm like, I
Yeah.
play it. I get it. I play.
We got that on
Play
stream.
Fusion is going to be that old school storyline that they never finished. I'm good with that.
We got that recorded when Silk said it ain't happening.
Oh my god!
I get.
By the way, off topic, I'm sorry. Is this the first showcase where they didn't talk about GTA?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no
Yeah.
Grand Theft. But technically, I think Grand Theft has an exclusive deal with PlayStation. Hence why it showed up in that state of play.
Okay.
You're right. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Batman, what you got, bro?
Obviously Metroid. Obviously Legend of Zelda. Like those two for sure. Elden Ring.
Let's say AW2. Go ahead.
Oh, Advanced Wars Chaos 2? Yeah, for sure. With the Final Fantasy add-ons, definitely.
Bro, you
Nah. For sure. Like Metroid for all the reasons we stated. Legend of Zelda for all the reasons we stated. Elden Ring, I think Brad will get a good synopsis of that. Other than that, I mean, like everything else is like I hope is good. Like I hope Halo 3 multiplayer comes. I said Halo 3. I hope Halo Infinite multiplayer is good. You know what I'm saying? I hope it has that Halo 3 vibe to it. It looked good from the trailer. I will say that. Other than that, though, as far as like just that big explosive energy to really build the hype, it wasn't much there. I mean, Nintendo did a lot. They have a lot of stuff that I'm excited for. I can't say they whole conference though, but I mean, like literally, like I said, Metroid and Link, like they just kind of carried it for me.
Me, it was
USA.
I like Replace. Replace looked pretty interesting to me. In addition to that, of course, Mario Rabbids, Sparks of Hope. Really excited for that. Really excited for that. 12 minutes. Definitely looking forward to that. It's pretty interesting. The heavy hitting that they have in it. I mean, William Dafoe and a lot of big people playing it. So I'm like, okay, all right, I got my eye. And then of course, top number one though. That girl right now.
Hey.
That Metroid.
They're my boy.
Can Metroid crawl down?
She can slide.
She can slide. There we go.
I guess for me, I'm gonna have to say Breath of the Wild, obviously, for all the same reasons. Elden Ring, because I need that torture in my life. I'm gonna also go with Somerville, because there's like a whole weird sci-fi element to that I kind of dig, and so I want to see where that goes. And plus, I heard Inside and Limbo, because it's from like one of those two companies, but
it's from the. They used to, I think their name was Playdead Studios or something like that. They used to be together, and one of them separated off.
Yeah.
So he's making Somerville by himself, basically, or something like that.
So yeah, but I heard that together they make quality stuff. So I want to see where that goes. And then for me, Inside, even though y'all may not agree with this pick, but inside my heart, because I love this series so much, even though I've seen it, Tales of Arise, man. I'm always happy to see Tales of Arise here. I love the Tales of series. Ever since I played Exilia, I loved 1 and 2. The Tales of has been hand down, like it's one of my favorites. It's up there for one of my favorite series. So seeing Arise was nice. It's nice.
A darker Tales, not anime weebo type stuff. It looks like it has an actual good plot to it.
Exactly.
No,
all right.
I think that could have made my choice different, than Elden Ring or Metroid or Zelda, is if for DLC character Mario Golf added Abby, bro. That would have blew it.
Nintendo would have lost off of that alone.
Bruh, that's assault right there.
And Joel had a DLC headphone.
Bro, my salt knows no bounds, bro. It runs deep.
But you know you got that Last of Us 2. Be quiet.
Bro, in my core, my hate, bro.
All right, though. But that was the podcast. Obviously, of course, we can't forget about this segment. It's your last word, man. What's on your mind? Say whatever you're feeling. What's y'all last words?
It's okay to be hyped for E3. But from this E3, like we learned from other E3s, we live in a world full of disappointments. And that's just life. That's just life. So live your life best you can, and just know that Dragon Dogma 2 just ain't gonna be the next.
It's my turn. It's my turn to be BJ now.
Yeah.
Payback.
It will never be that.
Yes, it's not coming.
It's not coming.
Not coming.
Ooh, wait, my last word. Guys, just play the game that you like to play, man. 'Cause you never know when the game that you never know when these companies gonna make you buy a whole system.
Yep. Yoink.
Just play the games you like to play, man, and don't get caught up in console wars and none of that. And, just prepare to be disappointed. That's it. E3 is not what it used to be no more. You need to go and they playing games. These companies playing games, and you can't do nothing about it. So. I'm glad Metro came out, and that's it, man. That's it. You know, that's it for me.
Wait on PlayStation.
This dude.
I'm just saying, hey, they have the next PlayStation Direct type show could be crazy.
No, it is.
Imagine the games that we didn't see here. Imagine the games that we think are coming from them. We've already seen, like, everyone's like, oh, cross-gen games are trash. Horizon looks incredible. That game will not be able to perform on PS4. Like, so
There's going to be a difference.
Yeah, for sure, a stark difference. So I feel like if they can keep showing stuff like that, whether it's cross-gen or not, we're gonna see some good games. In the meantime, though, y'all go play that Yuffie DLC for Final Fantasy.
One quick thing, I need for Sony to be petty and buy something, like buy Square Enix.
Buy Square Enix. Buy Square Enix. Get all them JRPGs.
Oh no. I like Final Fantasy on PC right now. That's a great opportunity.
They'll still look out for PC.
But
no, they won't. PCs in the freaking Windows.
I ain't never seen.
Bro, they got Days Gone and Death Stranding on PC right now, bro.
That's Kojima though. That's not PlayStation, bro.
It's published by Sony.
But Nintendo gonna buy Square Enix. Make all.
I want people to get.
Now that's spicy.
I
heard Nintendo gonna buy Microsoft and make sure we get the Xbox Game Pass by winter 21.
Oh my god!
Microsoft gonna buy.
Oh my gosh!
And the last character gonna be Master Chief.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Master Chief. Hey, congrats, Game Pass.
See, Xbox got plans, Camcom got plans, but Nintendo gonna show these boys and turn their plan on itself.
The last Smash reveal is Xbox Game Pass.
Nintendo come in the room. I'm gonna make this Game Pass disappear.
No. It's gonna be Smash Bros. It's gonna be Smash Brothers DLC character. It's gonna be Master Chief, and it'll be like only on Xbox Game Pass.
I'm telling you,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm telling y'all.
These gamers deserve a better pass.
But y'all gotta have a Game Pass code to get it. Yeah, I want someone to get petty. I want people to get petty.
Yeah, you gotta play the same game that they playing. Yeah, because Microsoft out here throwing around big money. They taking exclusives. So yeah. I
want to see what happens now.
Hey,
I don't like it though, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
I just want Sony and Nintendo to join forces. If that happens, I'm never looking. Even with Bethesda, I'm never looking.
It's never anything they can do to come back after that. It's never anything they can do.
If that happens,
I'd probably throw up, to be honest.
It would be gross. It would be so gross. It would be so gross.
Like, that's the whole True Colors kind of mess, bro. You won't be speaking that mess around.
If it ever happens, though, I understand why. Because Japan gonna stay with Japan first. Like they gonna be with Japan. The only outlier is Sega. Microsoft may buy Sega. I keep hearing that being a rumor because they had such a great, relationship with them, even from the Shenmue days from Dreamcast. And even if that happens, I'm like, if Sonic goes exclusive, I don't care. But like,
I see Nintendo buying Sega before that happening. For
I would want them to do that.
I feel like Nintendo's been treating Sonic way better than Sonic Team for the longest of time at this point. So yeah. Anyway, we're supposed to be last words. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
My bad.
Well, I'll go. I got you. So my last words, I gotta echo the words of the great Reggie, the boy Reggie, man. If it ain't fun, why bother? If a game ain't fun, why bother? And praise the Lord. I did not see. I don't even remember Deathloop. Praise the Lord, I did not see Deathloop.
It's true.
I'm tired of seeing it. Get it out my face.
It's gonna be all the fun. Winter 21. Y'all hating on all the wrong stuff.
Deathloop might be fun, man.
I think it's gonna be good.
It might be. I'm just tired of seeing trailers. Stop showing trailers. I'm good.
You know what y'all really should be mad about? Them Cyberpunk trailers.
Oh man, forget that's a whole nother thing.
That's a game?
Yeah,
that's a game. It's back on the PlayStation Store, so it's real again.
It could be back on the PlayStation Store.
They said we got 6 more months until it drops. 6 months.
You know what I'm still...
That's when the real game begins.
I'm still scared about, and the reality ain't hit. Bro, most of these games we saw gonna be $70, my guy.
That's nasty.
Not unless you get Game Pass.
Ratchet and Clank, it's worth every penny.
Hey, there you go.
I get it.
$70, bro.
I mean, that's how Returnal was.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
wild, bro. That's a lot.
If you want to own your games, you're gonna pay the premium. If you want to rent them, you're gonna get the Game Pass. Like, it is what it is.
I mean, dang, bro. What if you get your game doo-doo water, bro? Like,
that's why you gotta wait. Don't be doing no day one purchases.
And GameStop out of business, so you can't even sell it to them.
You can't pre-order probably. You can't. I know your junk.
Unless the squad is telling you to play it, don't be just risking it all.
That's what I'm saying. Don't buy it. That's what I'm saying. You gotta play.
But you told us to spend 70 on Advance War. I can't even trust y'all.
No, I didn't. I ain't say that. I told you to spend a full 60 on 13 Sentinels, and only one person did it, and it is worth every single penny a dollar.
No, I got that for the 25. That's the
25. The necessary mandatory PSA. Play 13 Sentinels.
Oh, real quick, I gotta say, off topic. Atlanta, y'all better win this game tonight, please.
All right now,
please,
let's go.
Atlanta, to win this game. Game 7, y'all better take this home.
Let's switch over.
Take this home.
All right, y'all.
Let me do my close out right here. Stay Ludens, y'all. Stay Ludens.
Oh no.
Stay what?
He's been fully Kojima. He's fully Kojima. Get ready for the next mission. Metroid Returns. We will be back. I'm out. I'm hot. I'm hungry.
Podcast, y'all. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all coming through as usual. Thank you for the support, man. We out.
Sayonara. Peace. Put that Henshin a go-go on them.